Are you ready? It's heat hot.
And we are serving you breakfast. A la carte.
It's a brand new packaged breakfast served on GTV, our style, keeping you on track and updated on
news, making the headlines, how to navigate traffic,
What's up with the weather?
your health check, getting you up to speed on
lifestyle,
Sports.
word of showbiz, what's hot and what's not.
It's our date in the morning just for you. With the team you can trust.
it's breakfast weekdays at 6 a.m.
Don't be late.
Are you ready? It's heat hot.
And we are serving you breakfast. A la carte.
It's a brand new packaged breakfast served on GTV, our style, keeping you on track and updated on
News, making the headlines, how to navigate traffic,
What's up with the weather?
your health check, getting you up to speed on
lifestyle,
Sports.
word of showbiz, what's hot and what's not.
It's our date in the morning just for you. With the team you can trust.
it's breakfast weekdays at 6 a.m.
Don't be late.
All right. It's a beautiful day to praise the Lord and to worship Him. Today we just want to thank God, not for the things that He's yet to do, but for the things that He's done. So we just offer up our thanks to Him today. We open up our mouth, we open up our heart. Oh yeah, Herade, yepese dawasio. Eja ye kutuo nyamiye esese ye dawa sio esese ye dawa sio Yebe to Ebenezer, Yami Hatumarakwa, Kainyo Yem Ya Yemao, Nafanasi Mano Heben Niza Nyamina Tumara Kwa Kainyo Yem Ya Yemao, Nafanasi Mano Kainyo Yem Ya Yemao, Nafanasi Mano.
It is a day that the Lord has made. That was Sheila Joy Wickham. She opened the show for us. And in the spirit of Thanksgiving, we opened the show. Welcome to breakfast. We'll be going shortly to the birthday side. Kafui and Thelma are standing by. Today happens to be Kafui's birthday. And so a big shouty whoop, whoop, whoop. Happy birthday, Kafui. This is how we begin the show. So over to you guys.
Welcome to Breakfast on GTV. Kafui, shut up, because you know you can't say much.
You know, I was just listening to the music.
Such a
You know,
soothing,
I was listening to
soothing
the
way to
music, and I was listening to the piano, and I was listening to just the melody and the words, and everything was just heavenly.
It's a great way to start your birthday.
Yes.
I'm sure you started already.
Yeah, well, I'm happy to be alive. Every day is a birthday, so.
Yep.
I give glory to God for my mother. I didn't do anything. She pushed me out. She pushed me out, and I came out.
Up.
Yeah, and I said, yeah, I'm here. And so that was 50 years ago on the 6th of August 1971. I was born at home, you know. I'm an original homeboy.
Traditional birth
I was
attendant.
born at home
Traditional birth attendant.
in a big bathroom. They made the big bathroom into a maternity ward, and I was born. So I'm a homeboy.
Good for you.
Yeah,
Jesus
yeah.
was born in the manger, so
I
your
was
birth
born.
was.
It's in order. It's in
An
order.
upgrade.
Yeah. So thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
50. Wow.
Thank God.
Thank you for joining us. It's a special day for us here on Breakfast. We have so much lined up for you today. Trust me, you do not want to miss a minute of it. We'll start off with our motivational messages. We'll go to social media trends. Kafui knows I'll talk about Messi. Can the producer give you like an hour to just talk and
You're
talk?
a
and
Barca
talk?
babe.
Yes,
You're a
forever.
Barca babe.
Messi forever. We'll get into social media trends. We'll look at the rush hour. We'll do updates on the weather. We have some amazing interviews lined up just for you. Later on in the show, Kafui will be talking about what a romantic partner is.
Yes, sir.
So it's Friday. We're going to take everything really easy. Surprise guest appearance, sweetheart Jelly. You know the international food madam. Yes, she's joining us in studio today. All about breakfast on Friday. My name is Thelma Taki. Thank you so much for joining us.
And you know, I'm glad I'm not the one who is the expert on romance.
Why not?
I know be romantic.
You were late today. I'm wondering why you were late.
I forgot my cufflinks. I always forget my stuff. My children know. I forgot. Last time I wore my son's belt on Tuesday.
Don't do that.
And then today I forgot my cufflinks, so I went back for the cufflinks.
Okay.
Yes. So
You're
that's
excused.
why.
It's
Thank you
your
very much.
birthday.
Thank you. Thank you for the well so sweet. Hashtag GTV breakfast and GBC rescued a witch. Dun dun dun. The story will come on this show. Okay. All right. So you stay with us. Don't go anywhere at all. We're going to start with our wisdom nugget. Is that correct? Okay, good. So our wisdom nugget is all about growing your leadership capacity on this day, the 6th of August, 1971 plus 50, which is 2021. Here comes Dr. Kofi Osei Kusi. You're welcome.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I'm sure you're having a good morning. And it's so exciting and very humbling for me to come here again to share with you a few thoughts and a few wisdom nuggets to spice up your day. And guess what? Today I'm talking about one subject that I'm personally very excited about. It's a subject that I entitled Grow Your Leadership Capacity. Grow your leadership capacity. You know what? Leadership is the most powerful force on the face of the earth. Every single human being is a leader. The interesting thing is when you say leadership, everyone is thinking about the president or is thinking about the political leaders. But no, you are a leader. And leadership is the most powerful force on the face of the earth. Let me repeat that statement. You are a leader. When I say leadership, I'm not talking about just political leaders or positional leaders or people with specific titles, long titles. No, you are a leader. Leadership is the most powerful force on the face of the earth. Without leadership, nothing significant happens on the face of the earth. Great things don't happen in families unless there is a family leader who makes a decision or who leads people to make a decision. Great things don't happen in companies. Even for an institution to start, somebody initiates it and that person is the leader. Whether it's a nation, whether it's at community levels, whether it is within our chieftaincy systems, the state of any institution, the state of a community, and the state of a nation is determined by the quality of its leadership. And that is determined by you and I, because you and I are leaders. And today, like I said, the wisdom nuggets for today is how can you and I grow and expand our leadership capacity? When we talk about leadership, a lot of people don't listen to it because maybe they don't connect with it or they don't see how that is related with them. But like I said at the beginning, you are a leader. And so whenever you hear the word leader, don't point to somebody else, point to yourself. When we say that the leaders of the nation have issues and there are all kinds of problems, whether it's corruption or whatever you want to talk about, don't look at somebody else. Look at yourself in the mirror because you are the leader I am talking about. If you do things right, things will begin to become better everywhere else. You and I, we are all leaders and we all have a responsibility to do the right thing and to keep doing the right thing. It's not about whether everybody is a leader. It is whether we are effective leaders. Are you an effective leader? Am I an effective leader? We need to work out and we need to work harder at improving our effectiveness as leaders. Let me leave us with a definition of leadership because there's so many definitions of leadership. And you know, I know we're just receiving nuggets of wisdom, but let me pull in here a little important definition of leadership. It's a definition that I really cherish. It's pretty long. Let me just read it quickly for us. But I just want to touch on one thing about it. It says that leadership is the capacity to influence others through inspiration, motivated by passion, generated by vision, produced by a conviction, ignited by purpose. That is the definition of leadership by a man called Miles Monroe. And I want to just touch on one point in that. He started by saying that leadership is capacity. In other words, everybody has a different capacity of leadership. And the capacity of leadership that you have is elastic. In other words, you and I, it's like a bottle, you know, we have a certain capacity, but it's an elastic kind of capacity. So all that we are saying here is that you can enlarge your capacity. The more you grow as a leader, the more you can do and the more influence you can have on society. I want to leave you with this message, and I want to say that get ready for leadership. Success is when preparation meets opportunity. Success in life is when preparation meets opportunity. So prepare yourself for leadership. Maybe political leadership, maybe business leadership, maybe corporate leadership, maybe student leadership, whatever kind of leadership that may be ahead of you. Get yourself ready because the world needs leaders. The world needs great leaders. The world needs effective leaders. Go back and learn how to be a better leader. How do you do that? By reading. How do you do that? By having mentors around you. How do you do that? By getting counselors around you. How do you do that? By practicing your leadership skills, volunteering, and doing things that helps you become an effective leader. You are a leader. Next time you hear the word leadership, don't think about just somebody else with some title. Think about yourself. You are a leader. And get better at becoming a leader. Become effective. Go through some leadership training. Get some leadership skills. Polish your leadership skills, because there is a future leadership position that is awaiting you. And you are going to be successful if you prepare for that leadership position. Remember, success is when preparation meets opportunities. There are many opportunities ahead of you. As you prepare yourself for effective leadership, you are going to be the next whatever that you're dreaming about. But I hope you take time to prepare yourself. And I know that you're going to become a great leader and help make the world a better place, because leaders are there to solve problems and want to inspire every leader wherever you are. It doesn't matter your position, it doesn't matter your title, that there is more room for you to grow. So don't stop learning, don't stop improving yourself, so that you can deliver on every promise, and you can deliver on every assignment, and you can deliver on every position that has been entrusted to you to lead us. I wish you a great day, and never forget that you are a leader.
Indeed, Dr. Osei will never forget that we are leaders, and we are definitely leading on the breakfast show this morning. It's hashtag GTV breakfast. If you've just joined us, you've missed quite a bit already. We've just had an amazing performance by Sheila Joy. You should stay with us throughout the show. So many more surprises coming your way. We've just heard from Dr. Osei, who shared the wisdom nugget with us on leadership. Right now, we'll go over to the weather and check out what it's going to look like today. And that's what to expect by way of weather today. We go straight into our social media trends. Let's quickly acknowledge our sponsors. Coffee will say Vasa, so Betboro, Awake Purified Drinking Water, Shield Acrylic Paint, and Adonko Next Level Energy Drink. Thank you so much for sponsoring us. And we are grateful to have you join us on this program. Social media trends, I will talk Basa all day if you guys let me. But big news,
so
biggest shock
is
we had.
Big Basa fan.
Yes.
Biggest shock we had last night that our legend is leaving Camp Nou.
You and whose legend?
Okay, so you are
me
Barca fan.
and the millions of people who support Barcelona and the millions who love Messi.
How do you feel? You're a Barca fan. So tell us, what did you? What's going through?
So I've had people walk to me, and this has been going on for years. They say that, oh, Thelma, you're only a Barca fan because of Messi. But I've supported Barca since the times of Ronaldinho. And I remember Messi's first goal at Barcelona when he scored that iconic goal, and Ronaldinho put him on his back. And they just ran across that pitch. I remember, so I've followed Barcelona for a long time. So for me, I couldn't sleep the whole of last night, not because I was up watching the Olympics, but I just cannot imagine what Camp Nou would be like without Messi. He is our best player in everything. He's won everything there is to win.
Yes, you're right, because the stats are there. 778 games, 672 goals.
I mean,
assists alone, 305. Assists, 305. 6 Ballon d'Ors.
I mean,
so he's a superstar.
He is. I think he's very talented. I don't think I'll see the likes of him, of all his talent again in my lifetime.
No,
I hope that I will.
Please.
I hope that I will, and I'm highly anticipating to do that.
Please, Ronaldo is
there. No, you see, when Messi's conversation comes up and people mention Ronaldo, I don't get it. It's like when we are talking about GTV breakfast, and then people want to mention other things. We are talking about GTV breakfast. Okay, let's stick to what we are talking about.
Thelma is really, really passionate when it comes to Barca.
Last night, the fans camped out in front of the stadium in the midst of a pandemic in their thousands. And lit candles.
It's foolishness. If they get COVID because of Messi.
And lit candles.
It's foolishness.
Because people hit the streets of Accra to fix the country. So if you believe in something, you show up for it. That's Messi.
It
inspires that kind of
confidence. She was there. She should have been there.
You'd have been there.
I can talk about Messi all. Can I just talk about Messi all day?
You know what? I think La Liga messed up because in the last 3 years, they've lost Ronaldinho.
They have.
Sorry, Ronaldo,
Ronaldo,
to Italy.
yep.
And now they are losing Messi to God knows where. It's likely
Okay,
to be
guys.
PSG.
Okay, guys. So, for the purposes of people probably like me who do not follow football, what do you mean by La Liga messed up?
So La Liga is the league. It's like the Ghana Premier
Okay.
League for Spain.
Right.
And they've lost these two superstars in 3 years.
No, but you said that there's a contract. There's something
There is a contract.
Because if
So-
Messi wants to stay and he's
Messi
the
wants
best,
to stay, and
why-
I think that's the part that's the most devastating, because he spent his entire life at Barcelona.
Since he was
He came,
13.
Why-
he came to us at a time
No,
when
no, no.
he was
See,
a tiny.
No, we all know you love Messi. No, but I want to know, and for some viewers who want
So
to
you're
know,
asking a question that I'm answering, and you are interjecting.
No, I want Kafi to answer because he's not
Kaf.
emotional. Kaf.
Okay, birthday boy,
Yes.
this is on you.
So Messi wanted to stay. Barca wanted him to stay. But there are some financial regulations with La Liga and the kind of money they are going to spend, even when he agreed to take a 50%,
50% cut.
pay cut.
Have you heard of a footballer who has agreed to take 50% pay cut?
Okay, so back to you, Kaf. Yes, educate us.
And so the regulations do not permit Messi to stay with Barca. And so both of them wanted to stay, him to stay, Barca and the guy, but well, because of finance, because of money, it's a money thing.
monetary thing.
It's a money thing.
Right.
Maybe he should have offered to play for free.
No, but playing for free.
Yeah.
He has a wife and 3 sons.
He makes more money from endorsements.
He does.
Yes.
But he has a wife and 3 sons.
He can play for free and not miss
it remains
anything.
to be
Okay,
seen where
so because
Messi
we're
is going to go
okay,
next.
okay, hold
Have you
your
seen the
horse.
trends of Messi in a Hearts of Folk jersey?
Okay, so hold your
Like,
horses. Hazakes, let's come to Ghana, please. Let's come to home.
Can I just say, Messi, we love you. Messi Club.
You and who?
Vamos Leo.
You and who?
Forza Barca.
You and who?
Forza Leo.
Hey.
We will never forget you, ever.
Hey.
Listen, this is the man your corner. This is the man your corner. We haven't even heard what you have said.
Te Extrano Ramos.
Hey.
Okay.
He knows what I mean.
Is it tongues?
We will never forget. We will miss him.
Okay, so Hazakes ladies.
Yes.
You're
Amazing
trending.
performance, because they also qualified, and now we are in Africa. And this is a ladies team.
So for those of you who don't know, so Hazaka's ladies have won the first CAF Women's Champions League,
Come on.
WAFUB, and they've qualified Ghana to the maiden World Championship, the World Champions League in Egypt. So hey, that's great news for
Ghana to the
our
world.
people, Hazaka's ladies.
There they are.
You know their slogan,
Nope.
Hasmile.
What's that?
You don't know Hasmile? We go do. You know so? Yes.
Hasmile, we go do.
We go do. That's what, yeah. That's the kind of a chant that they have.
Hasmile.
Yes, we go do.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah, so that's it. So say, hey, they are from the Western region. Awesome. The best comes from the West, as we say. We're proud of them. We're proud of the ladies. They've done a great job.
Definitely
Yes,
proud.
yes.
Definitely proud. We want to see the men's side also go to Africa and go to the world.
Chale, but in the football, the women,
Go
the
to
women do better.
Africa and the world. That's what we want to see. That's
women do
how
better.
we whip up interest in football. It's obvious I'm like a huge
Yes.
football fan.
Yes.
It's obvious.
We want to see, in my lifetime, for example, the Black Stars have not won a major thing, apart from Asamoah breaking our hearts that fateful day.
That was not a win. That was not a win.
No,
That was heartbreak.
So we've qualified to the World Cup. We've advanced a step more into another stage of that competition, but we are waiting for national laurels.
Okay.
And if Hazakes ladies has brought us that, Charlie, the women we are slaying.
Okay.
So another trend,
Jackie.
Yes. Who is she?
Jackie.
She's a singer.
Okay.
My mind day for you.
Oh, all right.
My heart beats.
Yeah, you know the
for
dance
Okay.
here.
You know the dance? I want to see the dance.
I cannot dance to save my life.
No.
No, they just go like this.
Okay.
No, they do like because it's your birthday. I can't do. Okay, so she released She released her new song,
Okay.
"Need Me."
All right.
That's her tweet.
August, please. There she is.
Oh, okay.
And so yeah, she's really receiving a lot of love, and people are sharing. This is actually the audio that's out. We're waiting for the video.
So her Jackie is spelled like tree. I'm really surprised.
Jackie.
G-Y-A-K-I-E.
She's being original.
Okay, nice.
That's Nane Champon's daughter too.
Ankabede.
Yes.
Can you sing that song?
Nankebede na yo ya.
Ba-da-da-dum-pum. Ba-da-da-da-dum-pum. More.
Yeah. So Jackie's
Alright, okay.
trending, and
Okay, good.
she's doing good for Ghana. I mean, rubbing shoulders with the likes of Omale, and I mean, she's doing well.
No, let me confess, I've never heard of her. But
did you hear that?
Have
you heard? Did you ever hear that song?
No.
My mind day for you.
Okay, maybe
My heart
faintly.
beats for you.
Yeah, I've
sure
heard
the
that
producers
one.
will pull it up,
I've
and
heard that
then
one.
maybe
Okay, so
Ben
now
will put it
I'm going to follow her and then
I'm
listen
sure
to
the
her stuff.
producers have that song, and they will put it up very shortly.
It's actually a really nice, really nice song.
Okay,
A really nice song.
All right.
Great. I mean, we can talk about trends. By the way, you were mentioning another trend that you were following this morning.
Baby Nigeria again, but we decided not to talk about it because it's trending, and then I don't watch it. I wonder why it keeps trending all the time. I don't watch it. So.
Because Nigeria has a population of 270 plus million people.
But I really
so
don't
if
see...
even a million of that number are tweeting about it, that's a lot, and it will trend.
Okay, all right. So those are the trends. Messi, Hazakas, and Jackie. What do you think? Let us know. Hashtag GTV Breakfast across all the social media networks. We've got a conversation on what it means to be romantic. I want to know what you think. I mean, when they say being romantic, what does it mean to you?
Kissing people's cheeks.
Okay, kissing people's cheeks.
Yes.
Well, okay.
The mornings.
Okay,
That's
in the mornings.
Partner.
Okay, all right. Okay. So we want to know all about that. We've got today the women have kind of taken over the show. We just pull from you. I'll just be watching them, and we'll go for a break now. Return with Charlie. Witch capture. We actually rescued a lady that was under bondage, accused of being a witch.
Kaf, can I just say that GBC also got amazing feats for Prince Samate. So we got after the story aired on GTV Breakfast, the military
in 1972.
Yes, in 1972. You know, we said he was bedridden and he needed some help. So the military command put themselves together. They've opened a shop for him, an entire shop.
It was on air
yesterday. So this is going to run and bring him money.
Nice.
And so it will be a way for him to, pay for his bills and all that.
Awesome.
And also we know that some of our viewers who are outside the country have reached out to us and they are also willing to donate. And so we'll very soon, I'm sure we'll roll out a more structured plan to get all of you to help. But we've seen all your messages and do keep them coming in. We have correspondents across 16 regions. Reach out to any of GBC's offices and we'll have a coordinated plan for you to get help to Prince Amate. Let's show the people who have proven that they can get the country glory, that we love them and we appreciate them. And the country never forgets.
All right, we'll go for a break. We'll be right back with GBC Gets Results. Don't go anywhere. This is GTV Breakfast. Don't go.
Live from the capital, this is the Breakfast Show. Coming live from the capital, this is the Breakfast Show.
The future uncertain. We kept
Are you ready? It's heat hot and we are serving you breakfast. A la carte.
It's a brand new packaged breakfast served on GTV, our style, keeping you on track and updated on
news making the headlines, how to navigate traffic,
What's up with the weather?
your health check, getting you up to speed on
lifestyle,
Sports.
what of showbiz, what's hot and what's not.
It's our date in the morning just for you. With the team you can trust.
It's breakfast weekdays at 6 a.m.
Don't be late. Are you ready? It's heat hot and we are serving you breakfast. A la carte.
It's a brand new packaged breakfast served on GTV, our style, keeping you on track and updated on
News making the headlines. How to navigate traffic.
What's up with the weather?
Your health check. Getting you up to speed on
lifestyle,
Sports.
word of showbiz, what's hot and what's not.
It's our date in the morning just for you. With the team you can trust.
it's breakfast, weekdays at 6 a.m.
Don't be late. Are you ready? It's heat hot and we are serving you breakfast. A la carte.
It's a brand new packaged breakfast served on GTV, our style, keeping you on track and updated on
News making the headlines. How to navigate traffic.
What's up with the weather?
Your health check. Getting you up to speed on
lifestyle,
Sports.
word of showbiz, what's hot and what's not.
It's our date in the morning just for you. With the team you can trust.
it's breakfast, weekdays at 6 a.m.
Don't be late. Are you ready? It's heat hot and we are serving you breakfast. A la carte.
It's a brand new packaged breakfast served on GTV, our style, keeping you on track and updated on
News making the headlines. How to navigate traffic.
What's up with the weather?
Your health check. Getting you up to speed on
lifestyle,
Sports.
word of showbiz, what's hot and what's not.
It's our date in the morning just for you. With the team you can trust.
it's breakfast, weekdays at 6 a.m.
Don't be late. Are you ready? It's heat hot and we are serving you breakfast. A la carte.
It's a brand new packaged breakfast served on GTV, our style, keeping you on track and updated on
News making the headlines. How to navigate traffic.
What's up with the weather?
Your health check. Getting you up to speed on
lifestyle,
Sports.
word of showbiz, what's hot and what's not.
It's our date in the morning just for you. With the team you can trust.
it's breakfast, weekdays at 6 a.m.
Don't be late.
Studio One, this is the Breakfast Show.
Hashtag GTV Breakfast. Good morning, welcome 6th August 2021. And this show is brought to you by the kind support of Betboro Awake Purified Water, Shield Acrylic Paint, Adonko Next Level Energy Drink, and Stallion Outlook Premium Kaftan Tailors. A couple of comments on Facebook about what it means to be romantic. And Pakwesi Joe says, being honest with me and appreciating the little I do for you is romance. Ebenezer Blessing says, me eating my favorite food and watching Netflix. And then finally, Priscilla Otu Labi says, me being in your consciousness. Whatever this means, though, and that was the soundtrack for her comment, which was quite an interesting one. It came with sound effects and things that will make you smile. But what will make you smile even more is what I'm about to share with you, because deeply rooted in the beliefs of many communities in northern Ghana is the existence of witchcraft. It has promoted fear, violence, and even the murder of many innocent, poor, and vulnerable women. In this report, GBC's Abdul Mumin visits the Kukuo witches' camp, where Mma Hawabu, a woman accused of witchcraft following the death of her husband, has been seeking refuge for the last 2 decades, 20 years. Following this report, the alleged witch has since been rescued from the camp. Take a look.
Hungry, abandoned, neglected, sick, poor, and almost homeless. This has been the life of Mma Hawabu in the last 26 years, since she was dumped here at this witch's camp after she was alleged of being a witch. In these parts of the country, all it takes for one to be accused of being a witch is for somebody to raise issues against you. These issues could range from having a dream and seeing that alleged witch in the dream doing something against people. We all have dreams, don't we? Beyond that, there are also the instances where persons who may be indebted to these women who are alleged to be witches later find themselves unable to pay off their debts. Then they accuse these women of being witches. Then there is the other aspect where people die and people look around for suspects, people who they believe may be responsible for the deaths of such persons, mostly without any evidence against these women. They accuse them of being witches. And after you are accused of being a witch, you are sent to a shrine which has no scientific basis of establishing your crime or otherwise, and yet you are asked to be isolated. And that's how come persons like Mma Hawabu here has been ostracized from the rest of society. And for the last 26 years, she's been living in this dilapidated building, a building that leaks anytime it rains because it is made of thatch. And the building's foundation is being washed away gradually by rain. She hardly eats on a daily basis. As we speak, it's almost 3 p.m. and all that she has had is tea without milk. When she's lucky on a good day, her neighbors offer her some meals of beans that is not accompanied even with basic ingredients like gari. She is a mother to several children, yet since she's been abandoned here for the last 26 years, only one of her children has been here to visit her. And on that occasion, when that child visited, it wasn't to say hello to the mother, but to find out if she was living or dead. Now here is the bad news. The family has actually left their phone numbers that should she die, then they call to inform them of her death. In addition to being neglected, many of the alleged witches, when they die, are not given befitting burials. They are literally thrown away, so to speak. Mma Hawabu here says her greatest wish is to have a home to live in before she passes on to her maker. She says one of her greatest desires is to see her children again, and more especially be able to hold her grandchildren and her great-grandchildren in her arms, a feeling she hasn't had ever since she was dumped here 26 years ago. She's calling on the larger society to come not only to her aid, but to the aid of the several innocent women who, through some dubious cultural practices, have ended up in camps like these, treated like non-entities. Abdul.
And Abdul, you see in the story, is actually here. He's joined me for breakfast. Abdul, good morning.
Good morning to you.
Salam alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
It's good to see you, man.
Well, I'm excited to be here and to be speaking to a star like you. I'm so happy.
Alhamdulillah. This story shocks me because I'm doing the maths, and she was sent into the camp at the time
our vice president was Accra, 1995.
Yeah.
President Rawlings was the president.
That's very true.
In 1995.
You got your calculations right, yes.
I was 24.
You're a young guy.
She's been there that long, 26 years.
Yeah, 26 years. That's very true, Kafui.
How did you find this story?
Well, you see, you recall, and this story was aired late 2020, following the killing of one alleged witch in a village called Kafalba. And killing of witches. In fact, the killing of the woman in Kafalba is what became news. However, killing of women who are alleged to be witches is a very common practice in many, many communities across northern Ghana. And so we thought, well, if we focus only on the killing of the woman without necessarily highlighting the plight of those who haven't been killed, what could happen is that a lot more women could be killed behind the scenes without the media ever getting to know, without the country ever getting to know. So we decided to then fish out for not just this woman, but several others who had not been killed, but had been put in certain situations that had made their lives very, very uncomfortable. So, for example, when a woman's husband dies, the first suspicion is that she is the one responsible for the death of the husband, and therefore she must be taken to a shrine where the shrine would then establish innocence or otherwise. And so in the case of this woman, the shrine established that she is the one who killed the husband. And you know how it's done, Kafui? Sometimes just some stones are thrown, and then if the stones are thrown in front of you and two of them happen to roll your way, then you are innocent. I mean, on what scientific basis? How is that a basis to determine whether somebody is a witch or not? And once you are declared a witch, then you deserve to die.
There's no court of appeal?
No court of appeal, trust me. You deserve to die. And when behind the scenes, you asked a very important question. Why don't we shut down the camps?
Yeah, because how many people were in this camp?
The camps are actually, for me, from where I sit, very good for these women. Without these camps, many of these, in fact, the Kuku camp camps about 100 women. All of them would have been killed, because this is what happens. Those camps are communities that actually open up their arms and says, look, wherever and whoever you are and you have been accused of witchcraft and you feel unsafe, we have refuge for you.
So they are welcomed.
So those communities actually welcome these alleged witches to live there. You know, I've had the opportunity of traveling around the world, and I've seen how elderly people are taken care of elsewhere around the world. We don't have that kind of system here. And so you find that many of these women who are accused of witchcraft are persons who do not have any social welfare in their old age. And so, for example, you will never find a well-to-do woman, whether she's a widow or her children have died. You will never find such women being accused of being witches.
So you're saying if a rich woman's husband dies, nobody will accuse her of having killed?
It's just the old, poor, vulnerable women who are accused of witchcraft. And that's, for me, it's because we don't have any social security network to embrace all of these women, most of whom work in the informal sector when they are no longer strong to survive and to, you know, fend for themselves. Then we accuse them of being witches and then drive them away from society.
Okay, so you said this story was aired in 2020, but there've been some developments. There were
huge. As soon as the story went on Kafui, we received so many calls, persons donating clothing. You know, we spoke about the fact that she had very little food to eat, hundreds of people donating food items, and then guess what? A whole, somebody from Netherlands offered to build her a house away from where the camp was situated. And then, because we had exposed the fact that the children had neglected her, I think the guilt then dawned on the children, and they came in and said, well, we apologize, enough is enough, we'll take our mother back. We agree she's no longer a witch. She hasn't ever been a witch, and so she's now back with her family.
After 26 years, they just came to the realization that she's no longer a witch.
Well, but I'm happy because at least we've gotten her reunited. And if it was society that perhaps influenced the children, how society structured the mindset and the beliefs even of her own children against her, that we, through the story, have been able to change that mindset. And for me, that's the success of the story, that she's back, reunited, at least with one of her children, and she's living very comfortably in Kumasi, even as we speak.
Possibly even seeing her grandchildren also.
Exactly.
For the first time.
Yes, for the first time, but because that was one of her wishes.
They don't get visits. The witches don't get, the alleged witches don't get visits from their family members.
In her particular case, the children had abandoned her because, I mean, she's a witch. According to them, what benefit do you get from visiting a witch anyway? Somebody who would harm you if she was aware of your existence. So the only thing they did was to contact the camp from time to time to find out if she was dead or alive. So if she was dead, perhaps that would give them some relief that finally that witch who would have come to haunt us is no more.
So what happens when they die? Who buries them?
The
witches?
The communities, the community members bury them. But here's the case: the community members are not related to these alleged witches, so they just bury them in a manner that is unbefitting of persons who would have lived to that age.
What kind of feeling did you get when you saw them in the camp? Do they support one another?
Oh yeah, they support one another, because I mean, these are persons who share similar backgrounds, where they have all been accused of being witches from different communities and so on. So when they meet, they actually live as though they were a community, as though they were a family. But these are persons who live in abject poverty, even in the camps.
Are they all from the same ethnic background?
No, different backgrounds.
Groups? Okay.
Like I said, so when you hear of, say, the Gambaga witches camp, the Kukuo witches camp, or wherever a witches camp may be, what it means is that that community has opened up its arms and says, look, do not wait to be killed. If you have been accused, come, we will offer you refuge. It doesn't matter which community you are coming from. Just come here and we will protect you from the rest of that society that may want to kill you.
I'm curious, is this a practice that is common in southern Ghana as well?
Well, I haven't heard of, well, witchcraft is a Ghanaian...
Accusations of witchcraft.
But as to whether or not persons are camped or ostracized from their communities and sometimes even killed, I haven't heard of that in southern Ghana. It is a practice that is mostly in the northern region, not even the entire northern Ghana, but the northern region of Ghana in particular.
Do you have male witches in these camps, like wizards?
They are celebrated.
Wizards are celebrated?
When you hear of a wizard, he's a powerful man. Somebody people actually go to consult, because when they tell you that man is a wizard, he's powerful. He must be worshipped. In fact, it is some of these wizards who determine who the witches are. And as for the witches who are female, they deserve to die in these communities. The male deserves to be worshipped and revered.
Do you think this practice will ever end?
If we have a government that has the willpower to end it, it will end. If we have a government that will prioritize social welfare issues, this phenomenon will end. If we make it so sexy that anyone accused of being a witch will receive so much care from the state, so much so that even the families who accused that person of being a witch will begin to envy that lifestyle the person would have been living after the accusation, very many people will stop accusing people they hate of being witches. Because as soon as you accuse that person of being a witch, the state will take in the person and give the person so much care that she or her life will become better than yours. And I think that will end this phenomenon. It's very unfortunate, but thankfully, many of the communities are beginning to accept that this is an archaic belief, and they're beginning to do away with this. We've spoken to a number of chiefs who previously believed in this system, but are currently all against it and have made a commitment to say that, look, if anyone in our communities ever accuse anybody of being a witch, it is rather you will ostracize from this community. So we're making some progress.
Do you have any idea of how Mahawabu feels after her rehabilitation, her rescue from this camp?
She's excited. She just told us when we visited her at the camp, she just needed to see her children and to be able to hold at least one of her grandchildren in her arms before she dies. And so she's living her dream even as we speak. She's very healthy and she's alive.
What surprised you most about this story?
What surprised me is that there are so many women who have been abandoned, not just by society, but by the children who they bore from their own wombs. Children, and this woman is just a representation of the bigger picture, that children can abandon their own parents and be the ones instigating others and stopping others from even offering help to these parents of theirs who have been accused of being witches. When we started receiving food items from persons both within and outside the country, and we're offering that help, we got at least an opposition from one of her children. Oh yes, from helping the mother. And it's a woman in Tamale who tried to stop us from getting help to this woman.
What was her reason?
Because she's a witch. Why
Her
do you
own
want?
mother,
Yeah, it's
a
a
witch.
witch.
Okay.
Why do you want her to survive? And we said, well, you know about witchcraft. We do not know that. We've just seen a woman who is in need. We're going to offer her the help that we can offer her. And we did help her, and we did highlight her plight, and now she's safe and doing really well.
Doesn't Ma trust the child? I'm assuming she's staying with one of her children now.
Yes.
Does she trust that child?
Well, if she didn't, I'm not sure she would have moved in. I'm sure that this particular child who she has moved in with perhaps did not totally agree with the entire family when that kind of treatment was being meted out to the mother. But again, when the generality of the family and the society believe in something, it's always very difficult for that one person to become recalcitrant and to oppose it. And so maybe that child was looking for that window of opportunity, and we offered that through the story, and she took advantage and has taken the mother in.
Was it how many children does Umma have?
6.
Was this like the youngest child or the oldest child?
Well, that I can't tell for now, but I know it's a woman.
Yeah. No, this is the kind of journalism that we need in Ghana.
Thank you,
That just
Thank you.
doesn't just shine a light on an issue, but actually brings results. Abdul Mumin, Nagodi.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'm glad you helped to highlight this story further, and we'll continue to pursue. And you asked very important questions, and I think that from here we will do a follow-up and let you know how she's doing now and whether or not she's been able to have that grandchild in her arms so far. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Abdul Mumin, with that story of a alleged witch that was rescued from a camp, the Kuku Witches Camp in North Ghana, and is now living rehabilitated in her own house in Kumasi. This is hashtag GTV Breakfast. My name is Kaf, and still to come, there's a conversation on romance. Yes, what does being romantic mean to you? Let me read a couple of the messages on Facebook. So Amma Sewa Frimpon says, being with a person who understands my love language and with whom I can chat endlessly with. Love language, Charlie, I need to learn things. So homework on Facebook says, being romantic as a Ghanaian man is sending Momo without being asked. On that note, I'm not going to ask you why we should go for a break. Go for a break. We'll come back. There's Rush Hour, and there's the news, the headlines with T and her guests, and of course, there's some interesting musical experience that you want to enjoy on the show. Don't go anywhere. This is GTV Breakfast.
Flip the music.
Are you ready? It's heat hot, and we are serving you breakfast. A la carte.
It's a brand new packaged breakfast served on GTV, our style, keeping you on track and updated on
news making the headlines, how to navigate traffic,
What's up with the weather?
your health check, getting you up to speed on
lifestyle,
Sports.
word of showbiz, what's hot and what's not.
It's our date in the morning just for you, with the team you can trust.
It's breakfast weekdays at 6 a.m.
Don't be late.
Yepese dawasio Eja yekutuo Nyamiye Esese dawa Sio
And it's still breakfast on GTV. Thank you so much for staying with us. It's a big Friday edition, and so much is happening on the show. So much more has happened, and a lot more still to come. Right now, we'll take a look at what's happening with traffic in town. My colleague Jay Gabra is at La Paz. Jay, what's the situation there like? Friday, I'm sure it's quite heavy.
Yes. Good morning, Thelma. That's what we were expecting this morning, but I'm happy to report traffic is moving somewhat. And this morning I'm at Kwashiman Junction. The traffic is building up behind me from those coming from Malam, Kaswa, towards Awoshi Junction. And then on my left, those coming from Sowuchu and Santa Maria come to join the main road at on the N1 towards La Paz. So this morning the traffic is moving. There are pedestrians going about their business, trying to board a vehicle. I don't know if you can see them behind me. Everybody is about their business. The market women, everybody around here is doing what they have to do. The hustle and bustle is about. So the scenes here are quite, I wouldn't say chaotic, I would say organized chaos, because everybody is about their business. So the traffic is behind me, which is for those coming from Malam, Kaswa. And then so there are passengers also who have been standing here for a while, waiting to get a vehicle. Yes, maybe they're heading towards Medina, Jowulu, and all that. You can see scenes right now. Yes, I'm happy to report that traffic is moving. You expect that for a Friday, everybody will be out and about in town, but for a Friday, I think things are looking good. Yes.
Right, Jay, we know that Kwashiman stretch on the N1 is notorious for being where pedestrians cross the road very dangerously. Have you seen anything of that sort this morning?
This morning, no, I haven't seen anything of the sort. Yes, everybody, should I say, everybody is being law-abiding. They are standing where they are supposed to stand, just to board a vehicle, just to get to their destination. The hawkers are also selling their wares and all that. Nobody is breaking the law. Nobody is crossing anyhow. It's like everything. Yeah, even though there is a hustle, the people are bustling about and all that. Commuters also have a free route towards La Paz and Jolo and its environs. And yes, everything is smooth for now, should I say.
Great, Jay. That is fantastic. And thank you so much for keeping us updated on the traffic situation at Kwashiman. We'll get to other destinations on other days, and we will tell you watching us right now from home what to expect in terms of traffic. So watch out for it. We might be in your neighborhood next, and we'll bring you what to expect when you leave home, getting to work and to go about your regular duties. You're watching Breakfast on GTV. On that side of the break, we'll look into the stories that have made it to the front pages of the newspapers. And my panel, Kafui said we are having a strong women representation on the show today. My panel is seated, and when we return, we'll tell you what's on the front pages for the day. It's hashtag GTV Breakfast. Kafui's birthday today, our first Friday edition. So much happening, so much more to come. We'll be back. Don't go away.
Live from the capital, this is the Breakfast Show.
Thanks for staying with us. It's GTV Breakfast, and this morning we've done so much already. Let me quickly acknowledge Beth Borrow, who are our sponsors. Also, Awake Purified Drinking Water. Another thanks going to Adonko Next Level Energy Drink and Shield Acrylic Paint for partnering us to bring the show. My outfit this morning is from Smoky World. Smoky World is in Tamale. Getty, thank you so much and your team for providing me with this outfit. And straight into the headlines for today with me to analyze the issues we are seeing on the front pages. I'll start from my far left. Nana Dubia Kranting is a member of the National Communication Team for NDC. Ma'am, welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Right on my left is Madam Joyce Kunuki Zampari, Deputy Director of Communication at the NPP. Thank you, ma'am, for joining us. Kunuki is a very unique name.
Yeah.
I think it's beautiful.
Is my name not beautiful?
Maybe because I'm hearing hers for the first time. But I think all
You've
local
never heard
names are
Adubia.
beautiful.
You've heard Adubia.
Adobia, okay.
Yeah, mine is Adubia.
Wow. So lovely names for lovely ladies. Thank you so much for joining us. You should be. You didn't ask me what my name was.
Oh, I know about you mentioned. So waiting for you to do.
The other name is Zampari.
Zampari.
Oh, okay.
Ghanaian names. Beautiful. Thank you for joining us. We are looking at what the papers are telling us this morning. Let's quickly start with the Daily Graphic. And this one says, dealing with challenges, NPP remains best option. The president insists. So I'm sure I have a fair idea how this conversation is going to go. Someone is going to say, yes, we are the best option. And another person is going to say, no, they are not. And if we are given another chance, we are the ones who will provide maybe a better alternative. Am I right?
Sure, but you still didn't give us your name.
My name is Thelma. Glad to have you join me.
Thelma alone?
Thelma Taki. Oh, my house name. Natechwa.
Oh, nah. Natechwa. Wow. Beautiful name. So why are you keeping it away? Aren't you proud to be Ghanaian?
I am proud. I am proud. Very proud.
That's why when you take out that konoke, then I get so mad.
We have to put that there.
Yes. Thank you very much for having us. It's been by grace that we are here. So we can start by giving praise to our Almighty for seeing us through and giving us such an opportunity. And then to thank you and your crew for giving us also the opportunity to be here. Let me say good morning to the President and the faithful members of NPP and then to Ghanaians and our cherished viewers. We celebrated our 29th anniversary as a new patriotic party. Kudos to the gallant men and women who has fought through. Yesterday I had the opportunity to be with the former President John Ejekun Kofo, and he was giving me more history, more in depth, and was saying, look, I started from the PP. We started, that was 1969. I say, yes, that is it. So when you have them around to give you all the stories, all them together, you know that, yeah. And I'm proud to be associated with no political party in this country than the New Patriotic Party. Well, and what the President said yesterday at the function, the fourth Republican has seen two major parties, the National Democratic Congress and then the New Patriotic Party. And I believe Ghanaians out there were this to it. Yes, like he rightly said, we are the game changers. We bring a lot to bear. When you look at our political party, our history, our background, our center-right political parties who believe, and then you compare to the socialist political party, and then you look at the party that when it's in power brings relief, brings programs and activity, social responsibility programs that will cater for the needy, for the vulnerable, just to bring them, pop them up to make sure they also be part and belong to society. Then you have no option and you have nowhere to turn to look at than a New Patriotic Party.
Nana, she's saying that social interventions, even though you are a social ideology party, they have presented social interventions that have become very, very popular. I'm tempted to think you will disagree.
Oh, not really. Good morning to you and our viewers out there. Good morning to Auntie Joyce. I don't really normally disagree. I always come to the studio with my own message. So whatever she will say, really, unless it has something to do with us, like directly that I have to respond to and all that. We thank God that, how old are you now?
29.
29 years. Okay, we thank God that they are 29 because we need them. So far as we've all embraced democracy, it can be a one-party thing. And we are grateful to God that at this point in time, we are here and we are witnessing everything that has gone on throughout this 29 years and still counting. We pray that even as we are growing, we will learn, we'll get things better, we'll do the right things. It won't be about celebrating where we have gotten to. But at least when we're talking about what capitalists or is center rights they are doing, and they talk of social interventions like you are saying, we want to see them do better. We want to see them do more. Because as social democrats, NDC, we know where we've come from and where we are going. We know what we have come to do in this country. I always say, and I still insist, that anytime the NDC is in power, we build. And people will just come and pull everything down and they leave. And we have to come and rebuild. It's like, I get upset when we have to sit to let them pull everything down. Then we come back and have to come and build every time we are in power. So if they are 29 years, we are praying that they should stop pulling things down.
When you say they are pulling things down, what have they pulled down?
Oh, a lot. Especially when we left power 2016, they came to power in 2017. Everything that the NDC built, for them, it was a Photoshop. But when it got to a point, especially when this COVID thing came, we saw people sleeping in Photoshops. We saw people going, or ministers, who when they are tired, would decide to go and sleep in Photoshops and not guest or hotels. So there are lots of things. We have the Bank of Ghana medical facility that they refused to open, even Legon Hospital. If not for COVID, I'm sure the hospital would have been closed by now. What they did best, if I should put it that way, was to go at night, pull all the best from Legon Hospital to Kolebu. At least Kolebu needed it. But I don't see why, because you did not do something as a party or as a government in power, and because or you told Ghanaians that those things were not photoshops, and because of that you couldn't open or you couldn't let Ghanaians benefit from it. I don't think we were fair to Ghanaians, because at the end of it, it's the taxpayer who is going to, and so as Ghanaians we have every right to use them and to make sure that we are comfortable, because they were provided for. They promised us a lot of things. We've not seen them. I, for one, I was for this 1D1F, and I thought it was something that could have come at the time we Ghanaians needed it most. If 1D1F was to really working in most of this urban migration and this this Sodom and Gomorrah people having to be relocated and all that, wouldn't have been a thing that we will be seeing around. At least if in my district there is a job and I'm done with school or not, because unfortunately it's not everybody who can get to some levels in life when it comes to education, but everyone will be able to get something to do.
So you do admit in your submission that the NPP has introduced great policies and interventions.
It's a hearsay. It's
but your problem is they haven't materialized the way you would expect.
Do you understand? Because the thing is, Ghanaians voted for you for something. You came proposing something or telling Ghanaians that I'll be able to do A, B, C, D. And based on that, those people voted for you because they believe that at least this thing will help me. Or if this thing is done, I'll be able to also, let me say if it's, let me come back to the 1D1F. I don't have to come to Accra or to the urban centers to go look for a job. At least in my own district, I'll be able to get something to do for myself. And I'll be comfortable, because for me, as a politician sitting here, sometimes it's not easy. You go to your villages, or let me say your districts. Sometimes you have to hide to come back to Accra. Because
why would you
people
have to do that?
No, people see you on TV. So for them, being on TV is money. They see you as rich. They see you as comfortable. So you'll be surprised that somebody will come to you. I'm going to marry my 4th wife. They need help from you. You have
I hope they are Muslim, because if not,
no, you'll be shocked that it's not only the Muslims. Some people want to name their 8th child and they are looking for money. Others, it's my great. No, they just want something from you. Oh, they see you on here, on air. They hear your voice and they feel that.
Okay, let me.
You are comfortable.
Let me pick your thoughts on this, Joyce.
Let me come back.
She's saying that there are a lot of unfulfilled promises. So based on that, the president cannot say you are the best option. Fundamentally, that's what she's saying. How do you respond?
Interesting. In fact, I empathize with my sister. I sympathize with the way she was struggling to make justify her submission. But I understand. Let me take her down memory lane. The National Democratic Congress, if we look at our 63 years of independence, I can say they have ruled this country for more than any political party, even in Nkrumah. They came from the military rule, metaphors into a democratic party. When they were moving from the military rule to democratic governance, we saw how they took the economy around it. That when President Kufuor took the economy in 2001, look, the economy was in shambles. You had the likes of Spio, the likes of calling that, look, they wonder whether President Kufuor can pay workers. They'll be surprised if he can sustain it after 3 months. Lo and behold, we did achieve that. We had to go and declare ourselves a highly indebted poor country. And after years, we were giving ourselves a time frame and we were able to exit within the time. President Kufuor took this country from a highly indebted poor country to a lower middle income status. 2008, and that was when he introduced F-Cube, health insurance. There were a lot of things. Look, models, I said yesterday, it was good I went to him. He told me, Sir Joyce, look at the model schools we introduced. And I cited one school. He was mentioning that these others. I said, no, Papa, don't go there. Let me take you to my place. Krobo. Macrosec was elevated. Go and see the projects you did there.
That's Manya Krobo.
That's lower than Manya Krobo Girls and others. I said, Papa, go. Don't mention Prempe. Don't mention your schools. Don't mention the big ones you know. Let me take you to those schools. Ganata, who mentioned a lot, that he elevated from the lower schools that we're talking to the model schools that we're talking about, because it got to a time all parents were looking at either my child goes to Achimota, Ebri Girls, Wekehe and things. If you don't bring other schools in other districts to that level, to that class, you have all these people coming and fighting to go to one school or the other. Let's break it so that at each district we can at least speak of one model school that will be so attractive to the people. After that, when we left government in 2009 and they came, look, NDC had to run to IMF. They had to run back to IMF. We left this country. We strike oil. The oil they called Kota Adrengo. They came. And then they enjoyed everything. Yet they ran back to IMF. And where they, after some time, they went for financial credibility. In fact, that there were freeze on employment. Today, if we're talking, look, it was under the NDC that we had Association of unemployed graduates. Because there was a freeze on employment, there were a lot of students that had come out from the university and they had no job.
But then would you say that the NPP has also employed more people, especially in the government sector, because the freeze on employment was on for government sector workers, not necessarily for private businesses?
Thank you.
So private businesses were free to employ
I was just
people
going there. I was going there. It is your program as a government that will entice the public and the private business to employ, that will make the private business run smoothly, that will make the private businesses stand on their feet so that they create the conducive atmosphere to employ your people. Here we lived in this country that we run under doom so for almost 5 years, collapsing industries. Your GBC, you discovered the same thing, where you have to take money that could have been used to employ other students out there, fueling your power generation here. Businesses had to close down. People lost their lives. People lost their homes. People lost everything that you're talking about. So,
and have those things stopped under NPP? Is that what you're saying?
My sister, you and I are here. You see, we are not saying we have solved every problem. Then we are trying to play God. At least there are programs you need to run to bring the people on board, to make sure that you ushering them into the destiny fulfillment that we have planned, into their policies and program. That is how you bring people. That is why one DYF, she said, yes, government has promised that he's going to make sure every district, because urban migration, rural migration to urban cities should be stopped. We should have. And yes, as we speak today, you have 57 functional ones, and some at various stages of completion. That is what you have. You have the short term, the mid term, and the long term for every country. When you have all these policies and programs, this government introduces, look, I always tell people, people have every right to demand a job. If you have a government who inherited about 2 million unemployed youth, and even if the government should employ 1,990,000, even if it is 10, they have the right to demand employment. The government at that time, because of nursing, we had nursing. You were saying all government is. Didn't you hear of the teachers and nurses who were home? You had a government who said, look, let me give you employment. For 3 years, teachers were working and they were only given 3 months' salary. Is that what you call a nation? Would you want to work in GBC here for 3 years, and at the end of it, when you cry, you are only given 3 months? Is that what you call good governance? No. We have a government who came and said, look, even teacher and training allowances that were cancelled, let me bring those all on board. Let me pay them. Because those of us who had come from homes that are not as maybe good as yours, maybe as rich as...
where I'm coming.
Well, I look at you, and let me say it.
Appearances can be deceptive.
I know. But, there are some families, some homes, that it is these allowances that they depend on, that even some of them use in taking care of their other assemblies. You understand? You have a government that came into power and said, let me get all these things going. Apart from the free, the 1 DYF, government said, look, let's take bold decisions. We're going to make sure nobody is left out. The introduction of the free senior high school, where their own former president and flag bearer said, look, if he has that 2 billion Ghana cedi, he is not ready to invest that into education. But we all know, today, if we're talking about Japan, we're talking about the world giants. In fact, it is education that rocks, that breaks, and that shakes every foundation of every country.
Let me go
when
back.
You have your people, if you have your people educated and there is job, because NPP believe that the private sector is the growth, is the engine of the growth of every developed country. Let us make sure we empower the private sector. Let us make sure that we give them what they want. Today, you and I know.
Let me give
there were
Nana
intermittent power shortages breakdown recently, some few months ago, where the energy minister said, look, we have obsolete machines and other things that has been standing for over 60 years and things. We need to get them working, and it was for a short time.
Let me give
Nana.
Yes. Let me be a good referee and give Nana a chance to also respond, because I am tempted to think that you can go on and on and on.
I have a lot to tell you.
She's made a point.
In fact, before you come back, I'll give you the list.
She's pointing out some interventions that she thinks the NDC failed to pursue fully when you were in power. And she specifically mentioned unemployment and graduates who became members of an association of unemployed people. So it always comes back to when you were in power, you did worse. So on what basis would you say that they should not be accorded all those accolades they are according themselves?
See that? It's a pity when we sit on air and we sometimes say some of these things. This government didn't do it. So we tickle ourselves and we laugh. We did better. What did you do better? The FQ she was talking about, it started during Rawlings' time. So if we are saying that government is about continuous activities or whatever you meet, which they don't even do in the first place. So if you come and meet FQ and you continue, what have you done? Is it not for the betterment of the Ghanaians? It did not start with you. So, look at the hospitals we built. How many universities, she mentioned our former President Kufuor. How many hospitals, universities did he build? How many polytechnics did he build in this country?
But are you thinking about those in terms of the reality of our situation then? That we were HIPIC, and so we had to go to
HIPIC
international
for their own good
to support us.
At the end of it, all our debts were forgiven. But what happened before they left power? So if you want to go on that tangent, we can go on and on. Honestly, even talking about Kufuor, ask, what really did Kufuor do? Like I said, how many universities did he add? Polytechnics, then it was. Now we don't have polytechnics. They are
technical universities.
Yes. How many did he add? At least those ones we met as NDC, even during our former President Rawlings' time, we added. Polytechnics, we added. None was built by the MPP. None. So most of these interventions, you met them. You see, we don't make noise about certain things, but we make sure that we provide for the Ghanaian, because at every point in time, there's something that comes up. It might not be part of your manifesto. So because it was not part of my manifesto, I shouldn't give a Ghanaian because they need it. Unemployment, like you wanted to ask, it's a political motivated thing. We are politicians. We know dynamics when it comes to these things. We know all those things. Politicians go organize people. And you ask yourself, all those people, where are they now? Which jobs have they gotten? They talk of NAPCO. How many of us are there? So you want to tell me we still do not have educated guys on the streets, or people who are out of school and they don't have jobs? How many of those guys we know? So then when you ask them, how many are you? They will tell you, oh, we are scattered all over the country. They don't even have their numbers because it was not something that was there. It was a political tool just to get a party out of power. Look, everything we did was to provide jobs for our people. If I'm building a road, do you know how many people get a job out of that? To the point that even our ladies who can cook to sites, if we are building schools and all that, our ladies who can cook to sites, we have our security men, we have our engineers going, we have our artisans getting jobs out of that. So if you tell me that you created jobs, or you came because I don't put on tie to go and sit in the office, there was no job, then I don't get you. Because is it all of us who are educated? Or is it, look, I have a friend who has master, but she has a boutique. All she needed then was small capital, which she had from Maslow and the rest. And she has her own boutique. Now she's building, training people to sew. This dress is from her. Sometimes I want to do adverts, but it's not possible. You don't have to pay to do
We'll send you the bill.
So some of these things, you cannot come and sit here and say them. But these are the things we were doing behind the scenes. I've always told our people that MPP is good at making noise when they have achieved little or next to nothing. But the things we do, we are not even able to tell the people around us that we did ABC.
Right, because we do not have the benefit of time.
I'm coming. I'm trying to
wrap,
talk about
maybe another 20
seconds.
Okay.
You look at this Dubai thing. Ask yourself how many people got jobs out of that. And those artisans, they don't
have Dubai. The Kwame Nkrumah
yes.
interchange.
Of course. And I show. It is Dubai, we all know. My pastor will say, if you don't go to Dubai, just go and stand and take pictures. You're also in Dubai.
My goodness.
But that one, it's on the lighter side.
I hear the Focus interchange is called Polk City interchange.
Wow. I love that.
Aren't you proud to have Polk City? Aren't you proud that
you are not proud to have Dubai?
Oh, come on.
You let me go. So, if we building schools, hospitals, the same hospital that will employ these are nurses who are coming out. Look, this allowance thing, people don't even know the history as to how we started giving allowance in this country. At a point in time, all our trained nurses, our trained teachers were going to our brothers in Nigeria just because they felt that there was no employment or avenue for them to work. So they all started going out. Then what happened? The former president Rawlings decided that there should be a way to retain these people, to make sure these people, after training them with everything we have here, they leave, go and work outside. So this allowance thing was to entice people to go, because we're not even getting them.
Auntie Joyce is warming up. Auntie Joyce is just warming up.
The hospitals were there, but there were no nurses in schools. If you can remember, I don't know where you grew up. I grew up in a village, small. 1 year, 2 years be in a village. One class, like 4 classes will have one teacher. Because there were no teachers. So a teacher will be teaching class 1, class 2, class 3.
Let's go on to other issues, because we have barely 10 minutes.
What they are going to get out of those, because if you have classes 1 to 4 in one class, one teacher, what do you expect, the outcome? So he has to find a way of keeping the teachers and the nurses here. So if we have even deficits of them, what do? We have them that we can even export them and get what? What do we do in this country? Don't we sometimes export doctors from our brothers in Cuba?
I think you've made your point. Let's move on to the next topic on our agenda this morning. Former Minister of Water Resources, Works and Housing, Alhaji Collins Dauda, his successor, Dr. Kwekwaji Mensah, and 3 others yesterday pleaded not guilty to 52 counts of causing financial loss of $200 million to the state over the Saglemi affordable housing project. Now, I'm sure that you've monitored the court proceedings. Let me quickly pick your impressions about them before we move on. I move on to my substantive questions. Maybe you would like to start with us.
Well, yes. They'll come ranting, hey, there's this government project you've abandoned. If we talk about people who have abandoned projects today, we would have been to and fro, going up and down with it. But yes, governance will always be about continuous, but you don't inherit a project, or you don't inherit governance that will, at the end of it, tend to bring problems to your people. There's been so much talk, so much errors and things. In fact, because the case is in court, we need to be very careful. That's why I'm finding it difficult to discuss it. The former Works and Housing Minister, Honorable Atachia, you know, when our usual brothers were ranting, hey, they've abandoned Saglemi, I say, hey, hold on. That's not what you're talking about. There are issues. The amount of money, the project, the cost of project and things. It looks like there's some lapses and things that need to be addressed. And that is where we realize that lo and behold, they had their own former minister, former MP, who is now a Council of State member of Greater Accra, that we started the program. And you know, it's so interesting. And I'm trying to catalog something that anytime the NDC, yes, it is an NDC continuous thing, where you're an John Mahama started, but you come to realize that those projects were started under Anta Mills. Look, look, and they came out. The project cost of 200 million was for just 1,000, but it's come out that look, it's for the 5,000 first phase of 5,000 units.
And how can you say that yesterday? And then the story that she gave us was based on the fact sheet presented to court. So some of the information that was provided was from the official court record.
That's right.
And we are told that the 200 million was meant to be for 5,000 housing units per the original agreement that was signed.
That's right. And not for 1,200 as they are trying to let us understand. And it involves every project aside.
But the minister has come out to say that, for example, they had to give serviced land to the contractor. And at the time that agreement was signed, the land was not serviced. So part of that 200 million had to be used to finance getting water and electricity.
That is
for
what
example,
Honorable
to the
Yiti Mensah also, the minister who started the project, said, look, if it included drainage and all other things, yet they are making us to understand today that drainage and other works were not part of the contract sum. So the court will determine. At the end of it, I'll leave it to the court. As it keeps going, it's an ongoing issue. Yes. It has just started.
So we'll continue monitoring.
And then we'll have time to discuss.
Would you like to share your impressions on the case so far? Former minister says he's not guilty of all the 52 counts. 4 others, they've been granted bail.
Of course, he can be guilty. The reason being that this whole thing started under E.T. Mensah as the minister then former Minister Collins Dauda took over from him. So entering into this contract and all that was done by the former minister E.T. Mensah. So I don't know where he himself is coming from. Yesterday, I think I had a bite of, I didn't fully watch his second appearance on Good Evening Ghana with Paul. And now you could see that the man himself is not consistent. I don't know if it's old age, because whatever it is, it's not the one we are discussing here. And like we are saying, the issue is in court. If you go to the, honestly, you can go to Parliament. There are documents and all that. So we're sitting here and saying that former minister Collins Dauda was wrong or did something wrong. I just don't get it. Something that was not started under him. The money was not released under him for all this. So how did he become culpable?
The details that were read in court yesterday, that our reporter Barbara Kuma follows the court proceedings for GBC News, told us yesterday that certain things were agreed by Parliament, and then the agreement goes back and other agreements were signed and were being executed, apart from what Parliament has approved.
And you need to go back to Parliament for ratification, which was not done.
Look, there are hazards. I have some here, but I think it's too long to even start with it. So like I'm saying, what we can do, and now that it's in court, it even makes it better. Do you understand? Because the whole thing is, so far as everything went into Parliament, and it was approved or not approved, whatever happened in Parliament, they have documents covering it. So whatever it is, we can go back. Honestly, I thought that with E.T. Mensah going ahead of himself, and if you look at what he was saying, a week to the 2016 election, the former president, the late president, asked him to have a press conference. And I'm like, was the late president even then in 2012, the 1 week, it's a 1 week to the 2012 elections, he was asked to have a press conference. Was the old man even alive then? So some of these things, I really, because these are senior men of the party,
right? And like we
also
said,
sit and it's in court too.
The matter is in court, so we don't
also go into details about it. But for me, I feel that I won't call this witch hunting, but because I remember when the minister now, Atacha, was asked about the Saglemi thing. He said, oh, he's gone round since he took office, and everything he thinks is perfect. Everything is in order.
So don't misquote him. No, I will not allow her to misquote him. No.
So which one
not
are
what
you
he
saying
said.
I'm misquoting?
He never said everything. He said, look, there were problems with what he went to see.
Problems as in?
There is no way anybody can move into that project site. There is no way anybody can occupy those places. And that is why they are going to call for investigation for them to see, because he thinks some monies were paid. And that's where the issue where he raised that, look, the chief director there had to answer why he as a minister was there.
The
and
chief director at that time
and
is also one of the the accused persons.
That he had to pay even monies after he was minister.
I don't even
then
want to
the
go
certain minister,
into
monies were paid without his consent. So he said,
let me finish.
They were going to hold whoever the minister and whoever was at the Ministry of Finance try to give clearance for the payment of this money. So don't misquote him.
Some of us don't have issue. So far as it's in court, me, I'm happy. Whoever has done something wrong has to pay or answer. That is the issue.
Let's
so
make that
if
the
a minister
word.
will sit, you said before then, this thing was said recently. This thing she's saying, the minister said, Atacha said, was said recently. But when he took over earlier in 2017, those were the questions that were coming up.
So it may be argued that now he's had time to appreciate the full extent of the matter that's laid before him.
No problem.
So is he able to make a reassessment of his earlier position if indeed he made what you claimed?
I said earlier what he said, even when he went wrong, when they took a tour of the project site.
No,
the media was there. I think
people.
You can go back and play. You see,
sometimes as
you can
media,
go back and
can
play,
help
and you
us.
can call
so
him.
that we don't
now
do
look,
this
when
back
you went down for the first time.
For me, it doesn't help
they
us
went
as a
there.
people.
There were no drain. How can you move into a project when there are no drainage systems?
If there are no drainage, why don't you continue?
Wait, how can you move? Get allocate?
I'm glad this is a court
people?
matter because guess what? Yesterday, the special prosecutor was sworn into office, and he's promised to be independent and he's promised to be impartial. Let me start from you, Nana. Your impressions and your expectations of the special prosecutor, especially knowing what the country has witnessed with his predecessor and matters arising in the Attorney General's office.
Honestly, sometimes people think I'm a little biased. But for me, I don't expect much. Because I even remember his predecessor complaining bitterly that he wasn't even given the chance when he needs some documents to study for whatever issue that comes to him. So I just pray that this one is given the chance to work. And so he will do it independently, devoid of any pressure coming from any quarters. Because we know how these things work. They put you there for a purpose. We are not saying...
And what purpose is that?
Oh, the purpose is to make sure that the opposition, who is now in opposition, the party then who is now is in opposition, looks bad in the eyes of people.
You're saying the special prosecutor's job is to make the opposition
look bad. Oh, yes. That's what they were expecting his predecessor to do, and he couldn't do it. Because at least he was expecting that even if I'm supposed to do that, I'm also supposed to do what is happening. Because there were lots of riots that was happening then. And he was not even given the opportunity to even look into it. Because some people had to even go to him, petition him personally. And nothing happened.
So let me put the question now to the deputy director of the MP.
I don't think you're allowing me to talk to you. I am just taking over the whole show.
I am allowing you to talk.
I think
just sent me a message.
I know the
and
producer's time is
sometimes when I give you 20 seconds, one producer gives me 20, I give you 2 minutes. He's timing. So
20 seconds. So what are we going to tell
okay,
producer that he's not being
quickly wrap up your point on the special prosecutor,
so
and then
I'll
pick.
Hope and pray that this time around, look, we can't be using taxpayers' money to be paying people, and they're doing nothing in this country. So if he's been sworn in by the president, we are asking the president and all those people around to back off. Allow the man, and I pray that he's also coming with an independent mind. He's not coming from a party that he feels that, oh, I've been given a job to do, so I have to protect it and make sure that my party looks good in the eyes of Ghanaians. That is not why he's there. So if he does not understand, he should go back, sit and study why they've put him there. And he shouldn't come sing the praises of the government and see other people as bad. For me, I've said it, and I always say, even when we were in power, that if our people are found to be in the wrong, they should be taken to court. And if the court so says, why not? We are Ghanaians first, though. And the taxpayer, it's not easy for you to go to market, even VAT, the small that you have now, that there is no money in the system. Then they are taking small money from you just to make sure some people are comfortable, to come and serve us. And now it's as if we are rather doing wrong as Ghanaians. And when you're a citizen and you want to talk about it, you're in trouble. Meanwhile, our president told us we should be citizens. Sometimes I feel because the speech was not his, he does not really mean it. But we should make sure that this office works and it will come to stay and not a party thing or a political tool in the hands of the government or his paymasters.
In another conversation on this same platform just this morning, she's alluded to the fact that she doesn't want to say something is witch hunting. And so as we go into this conversation on the special prosecutor, what assurances do we have that the claims made by the previous special prosecutor that he was not allowed room to operate will not repeat itself?
Thank you, man. Let me add my voice to the many to congratulate Kisia Jaben for his appointment and then the role he's going to occupy. And I pray that the good Lord will give him the wisdom, the know-how, the strength to carry on, because we all know corruption has been a canker and we need to fight it very bold. And it's been one thing that the president has been so much concerned as citizens, that look, for us to develop, for us to be on the right path as Ghanaians, we need to fight that canker called corruption. And I believe it's not going to cut through only, like, say, political officers, but everywhere. Because we know recently the Minister of Road, you know, the housing load programs and things, the corruption going on there. You know what? It is the account language. Because if you had a thinking, it is your thoughts that tries to inform you about what somebody is thinking or doing. But here I can assure my sister that the president is determined that collectively we all wake up and rise up to the fight against corruption. And that is why when he appointed Martin Amidu, he said, I've given you. And you know, earlier, Martin was out there that he had no office. It came out. The number of offices that this government had to contain him and change. They give him here today, he goes and he himself said, look, this is what I want. When he's given the next day, he comes back and said, no. The government gave him everything. They told you the money they gave for him to employ people to add on to his job. When you are giving all that, and then you come back and he said, look, I wanted to prosecute and I was not given. One, you need to start with your setup of your offices and you have people to do everything. You don't go running as a one-man show. If it had to take the government, the ruling government, to take somebody from an opposing party to be the special SP, that should tell you his commitment. I was there when he was swearing his ministers. The first time we came into government, that was in 2017. I went to all swearing in. And I was there and I can tell, God is my witness that look. He always reminds the ministers that look, and you know, in all their swearing in notes, there was a list of the, in fact, he had a whole program for the special prosecutor where he said, look, I am referring you to that list in your other thing and referring you that look, the special prosecutor is coming. Be wary of where the position you're going you hold. I am not going to shield anybody. I said, we wish him well. Very youthful, very vibrant, very poised. We know with our collective support, when we give him the right support and we pray along with him and we think through with him, he will deliver. That is what we choose people to be.
I come back to my original question. What assurances do we have that he will be allowed the independence?
Look, I am telling you
because the minority has
that is why you and I have to be watchdogs. And I believe when he has challenges, he's not going to keep it to himself. He's not going. Look, you see him. He's a man who has been able to attain. In fact, getting to where he is, it's not just by being around or pushing around. It is by his deeds. It is by his approach to work. It's about his tenacity and his effort to make sure he rises up to the core. And I believe he is not going to sit down and make sure that this position brings him down. My sister, for somebody to attain such in society, and you think he's going to allow? No, I don't think so. I know if there are challenges, he's ever prepared to come out. Let us have the confidence for once. Let us build that confidence for people we appoint into positions and make sure that we will also not leave them there and say, oh, you have been given the work, so go and do it. we also have to support him. We also have to aid him. We also have to guide him. And we also have to pray along with him to make sure he succeeds. And I tell you, with that mind and with that thought and with that mindset and with that loving kindness from all of us, Ghana will go high. Ghana will be the beacon that we've been looking for.
So we are going to wrap. We are going to wrap, but I'll give everybody 1 minute. So I'm timing you. I'm going to give everyone 1 minute to make their final submission. So your time starts now.
If the president, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, is really ready to fight corruption, he would have done it. He wouldn't have taken Domlevo out of office. This is somebody, Auditor General, who was really poised to help you as the president, since you say you want to fight corruption. And you told him, you took him out, and you told him he was old. But look at who you brought to Iyoku. He's far older than Domlevo. So do you really mean what you said? So this is a president who does not mean his words. He just says them so that he will get that popularity, whatever. But he does not mean a bit of anything he says to Ghanaians. He's not serious about fighting corruption. So that's what I'm saying. For me, we will support him. But I pray and I hope that he will not go and do the bidding of his paymasters, because that's not why he's been put there. If they did not allow Martin Amidu, but they thought because Martin Amidu was from our party, he was fighting the party. So they could use him to fight the NDC, and it didn't work for them. So you brought your own person, and now you think this one is going to.
Right.
Please, they should give us a break as Ghanaians.
We've had too much. So your minute starts now.
As Ghanaians, and like the president said, we've been citizens of this country, and we remain citizens of Ghana and no other nationality. Unless you go for dual citizen, and you should be careful when you want to take other position in this country, the laws will work against you. When we are committed and somebody is giving appointment, you don't look at the political colors. If that is what we're talking about, then we know that yes, others come into government with their own mind, with their own thinking, and with their own direction. And that is why they always think. That is why they always cry wolf when there is no wolf. But like the president said yesterday, if you have any option, Ghanaians, don't look anywhere. This is the best political party you have. The party that can give you national youth employment programs, the government that can give you national health insurance scheme, the government that can give you school feeding program, the government that can give you capitation grants,
so your minute
free maternal health care, Metro Mass, national ambulance service,
ladies,
and a lot, and I can count
for adding your voice.
This is the government for the people. That is the government. National health insurance was not there. School feeding was not there.
My producers brought strong women to the program today. It's turning into a screaming match. Thank you, ladies, for adding your voice. Joyce Kuniki Zampore is the Deputy Director of Communication of MPP. Thank you, Joyce, for coming on the program. Nana Dubia Kranting, Member National Communication Team, NDC. Thank you so much for joining us. They've been helping us analyze the headlines in our papers today. Still to come in the program, Sheila Joy is still here. She's serving us some lovely music. Kafui Day will be coming your way very shortly with some conversations on romantic partners. You do not want to miss that one. And still ahead, Sweeter Jele, International Food Madam in the house. All this and more on GTV Breakfast. Don't go away.
Yankupoye iwaye yabon kase unierate unasasinina koto dumako maeja Yankupoye iwaye yabon kase unierate Unasasinina koto dumako maeja da 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 yeshirawo da 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 yesori wo da 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 oh yes da 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 ye kafu da 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 ye besumo da 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 Nyankupoye iwaye yabonkase unierati una sasinina kotu odumako maeja da 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 yeshirawo da 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 yebesumo da 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 yekafuo da 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 yepejao da 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 yesoriwo da 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 yekamfuo da 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 oh da 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 yetumtumwo da 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 yepejao da 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 Onya kopon Onya kopon Amenina beiwaye Amenina beda wasi Amenina beiwaye Amenina beda wasi Onyankopon, Onyankopon, Amenina beiwaye, Amenina beda wasio, Amenina beiwaye, Amenina beda wasi, Amenina beiwaye, Amenina beda wasio, Amenina beiwaye, Amenina beda wasi, Amenina beiwaye, Amenina beda bedawasio.
Oh, what a beautiful piece of music from Sheila Joy and Kingsley on the keys. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful music. And it's only on GTV Breakfast, hashtag GTV Breakfast, brought to you by Bedboro Awake Purified Drinking Water, Shield Acrylic Paint, Adonko Next Level Energy Drink, and Stallion Outlook Premier Kaftan Tailors. Like this. It's good to have you here. We're diving straight into a conversation that will precede a very interesting chat that Val will be having with Pamela and our friends from Front Back, as well as Sweet Ajeli. There's a lot on today's show, the fantastic Friday edition of GTV Breakfast. Now, what kind of partner would you consider romantic? I mean, when they say be romantic, what thoughts come to your mind? I have a couple of comments here before I bring in my guest. So, on Facebook, Linda Donko says, being understanding, faithful, committed, and appreciative is what being romantic is. Esinu Kluche says, meaning my partner is to be handling me with care because I'm fragile, like a glass. Ko Matadi says, being romantic is about expressing love and dedication in a way that's intentional, unmistakable, and deeply affectionate. For me, making sure the other is happy, whichever way or form. And Ajay Boachi Augustine just says, romantic is about being edible. Hey, people. I will now find out exactly from an expert who will tell me exactly what it's all about. I don't know. I want to learn. But then that will be coming up after this break. Don't go anywhere at all.
Sorry.
Are you ready? It's heat hot, and we are serving you breakfast. A la carte.
It's a brand new packaged breakfast served on GTV, our style, keeping you on track and updated on news, making the headlines, how to navigate traffic,
What's up with the weather,
your health check, getting you up to speed on lifestyle,
sports,
weather showbiz, what's hot and what's not.
It's our date in the morning just for you, with the team you can trust.
It's breakfast weekdays at 6 a.m.
Don't be late. Are you ready? It's heat hot, and we are serving you breakfast. A la carte.
It's a brand new packaged breakfast served on GTV, our style, keeping you on track and updated on
news, making the headlines, how to navigate traffic,
What's up with the weather,
your health check, getting you up to speed on
lifestyle,
sports,
weather showbiz, what's hot and what's not.
It's our date in the morning just for you, with the team you can trust.
It's breakfast weekdays at 6 a.m.
Don't be late. Are you ready? It's heat hot, and we are serving you breakfast. A la carte.
It's a brand new packaged breakfast served on GTV, our style, keeping you on track and updated on
news, making the headlines, how to navigate traffic,
What's up with the weather,
your health check, getting you up to speed on
lifestyle,
sports,
weather showbiz, what's hot and what's not.
It's our date in the morning just for you, with the team you can trust.
It's breakfast weekdays at 6 a.m.
Don't be late. Are you ready? It's heat hot, and we are serving you breakfast. A la carte.
It's a brand new packaged breakfast served on GTV, our style, keeping you on track and updated on
news, making the headlines, how to navigate traffic,
What's up with the weather,
your health check, getting you up to speed on
lifestyle,
sports,
weather showbiz, what's hot and what's not.
It's our date in the morning just for you, with the team you can trust.
It's breakfast weekdays at 6 a.m.
Don't be late. Are you ready? It's heat hot, and we are serving you breakfast. A la carte.
It's a brand new packaged breakfast served on GTV, our style, keeping you on track and updated on
news, making the headlines, how to navigate traffic,
What's up with the weather,
your health check, getting you up to speed on
lifestyle,
sports,
weather showbiz, what's hot and what's not.
It's our date in the morning just for you, with the team you can trust.
It's breakfast weekdays at 6 a.m.
Don't be late. Are you ready? It's heat hot, and we are serving you breakfast. A la carte.
It's a brand new packaged breakfast served on GTV, our style, keeping you on track and updated on
News making the headlines. How to navigate traffic.
What's up with the weather?
Your health check. Getting you up to speed on lifestyle,
sports,
word of showbiz, what's hot and what's not.
It's our date in the morning just for you. With the team you can trust.
It's breakfast. Weekdays.
Hashtag GTV breakfast, and we're going straight into a soft side of things. We're looking at what kind of partner would you consider romantic. I don't qualify here, so I'll speak to people who know what the whole thing is about. So I've been joined by Val and T. But before we even start, let me send you one comment. So Kafui Day, if you send me 2,000 CDs, Momo, I'll tell you what being romantic means. This is Agnes Okran on Facebook. So, so people look for things like kindness, intelligence, sense of humor, attractiveness, dependability. But have you thought about the little things that you can do that will bring a spark of romance into your life? That's what we're chatting about today. I'll start with T. T. So what kind of partner would you consider romantic?
A kind one.
Okay. Oh, so kindness.
Kind,
romance is kindness. Okay.
So just be kind.
Okay.
You don't know what someone is going through.
All right.
And not just in romantic relationships. I'm talking about a partner at work, a colleague who may be going through a difficult time. Because you don't have all the details of what someone is going through, it doesn't help to just be kind. Definitely don't talk behind the person's back at work. Definitely, have the person's interests at heart.
But I'm talking about romance, so you put the work aside. Let's talk about romance.
So in a partner
Yes.
who is kind will treat you with a lot of gentleness, will treat you with a lot of care and give you a lot of attention. So for me, being kind is all those things.
Alrighty.
And so
thank you.
I don't know what Valerie would
Before
add
Val
to
comes
that.
in, I'm just announce a number for you to call and speak to us. Okay, 0303 979 436. 0303 979 436. What do you consider a romantic partner? Val, we've got kind. One vote for kind. For you, what is what characteristic would you put on a romantic partner?
Romance is romance. I mean, it won't hurt to.
Romance is romance.
Romance is romance. Yes, it won't hurt to wake up and have
Breakfast in bed.
breakfast in bed.
And you should say that.
People are watching too many telenovelas.
A deep voice saying, "Good morning, Valerie," today. But to be on I think it's commitment. For me, it's commitment.
Okay, so commitment.
Yes.
All right. Plus, the deep voice will not spoil anything.
In bed.
No, but you see, it all adds up to the romance. Like, I will look forward to actually wanting to see you, and yeah.
Okay. It seems it's almost tied to money, because another one has come in and said frequent momo. equals romance.
There's no romance without finance.
Sika kakra.
Odo kakra.
Is necessary. But in these days, maybe Sika bebre.
Odosu bebre.
You know, we watch all these telenovelas, the movies, and man comes and sweeps the woman off her feet, he goes on his knees and does all these things, chocolates, flowers. Do we even have a concept of romance in Ghana? How do you say you are romantic in Ghana?
I don't think I know a word for a romantic in Ghana. I mean, a typical Ghana.
No, say something. What would you say? What's the closest you would say in Ghana?
I can't even put a finger on it off the top of my head.
Nibi. So
you see, we have a concept for it. Nibi small things. How about tree?
Yeah, only one kitten now.
It's small.
Yes, the song comes to mind. Yeah,
so it's the little things.
Oh, okay. So we've gotten some translations now of romance.
I'm sure the viewers have a lot more.
Don't even go into the ever for me. I don't know. I told him I'm a non-expert.
Oh, on ever matters.
No, on romance issues. So I can't even conceptualize it.
And yet you are the only one who can officially even talk about like a legal partner on this table.
We won't even go there. So give us a call. Let us know what is happening. I mean, what kind of partner would you consider romantic? I want to read a couple more comments. The comments are just too crazy. Kofi Chere says, Odo kakra, Sika kakra. I'm speaking on behalf of my female cousin. Look at it. Hashtag GTV breakfast. And Akwesi Otredako says, being respectful and submissive. Now, how does that feel to you? Being respectful and submissive, that is romantic.
I think that is true. For men, I think yesterday we were having a conversation that a man only needs 3 things from his partner.
Okay.
Sex, food, and respect.
SF.
You said by your own formula.
Let's go to Dowenya. We'll come back.
Okay.
Dowenya is in the house. Good morning. Hello, Dowenya.
Okay, the question goes, what will you consider romantic in a partner?
Indeed.
Yeah, I'll start by first saying, looking at the GTV studio, for example, it's quite a long time I watched the broadcast show. Something got me there today. And looking at the appearance today, it's quite romantic.
Hey.
So
that's romantic.
That set is romantic.
It's a romantic set. Oh, okay. So what? It's romance is beauty?
What I would consider romantic is one appearance. Aside the other intimacy, your appearance should be romantic. So what I look in a partner is his appearance, the way he or she dress and appears.
Okay.
And finally speaking, the studio today is looking very romantic.
Hey.
Thank
All
you.
right, well, thank you. I didn't get his name, but he was calling us from Dowenya.
Yeah.
It's 0303979436. What kind of partner would you consider romantic? So he says beauty is part of romance. Do you agree?
You said yesterday. You actually said that men look at what you see, and then women go for what we hear.
Exactly. Men are visually tuned,
stimulated.
Yes. So what we see is what attracts us. I believe. I don't know. I'm not a woman, but I think you speak for sound and what you hear, right?
And smell.
What you smell. Okay. So the right smell can make you feel romantic.
Yes.
So the man has to smell right.
Yes.
What does he have to smell of?
Beautiful things.
Like?
Pleasant things.
No, give me examples.
So don't smell like sweat, definitely. And so don't crawl into bed at just coming back from the fitting shop.
Okay.
Some women like their men sweaty.
Man must be ugly.
So more comments while we wait for more calls. Not lying. That's Maku Mate. Liars think they can impress me, but I know better. Okay, so that's the idea of romantic. Okay, so now Tina always says traveling around the world with that special one, night strolls along the shores, and being present at all times.
Tina, I think we'll be best friends.
I tap into your comments.
I think we'll be best friends.
Okay, so while
beach.
we are tapping into the blessings, I want to get on the line and speak with Oheniyiri Ama Franca Ani. She is a love pathfinder and the author of Love, Life, and Relationship. She's the expert I want to talk to right now. Franca, good morning. Hello, Franca, do you hear me? Franca will speak to us.
Hello?
Yes, Franca, can you hear me? Raise your voice a little bit, more volume. How are you?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Hello?
Hi.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Franca, good morning. Welcome to the show. Welcome to GTV Breakfast.
Romantic. It's a simple thing. You
Okay.
see, one ought to be very sensitive. So I would say the sensitivity, carefully being sensitive to the needs of a partner. You know, because that cuts across every aspect of the person's life. So responding to the sensitivity of the needs of a partner, that's what I can say. You are being romantic. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I didn't get your name though.
I hear it.
Okay. So carefully sensitive is
being
what?
sensitive to the needs of a partner.
Okay.
Responding to the sensitivity of the needs of a partner. So it cuts across every aspect of the person's life.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Where the person needs a smile, you're able to figure out there is a smile that will fix it. When the person needs a part, you will figure it out. When the person needs just something, you will figure it out. You are sensitive to fixing into the very needs at any given time of a spouse. That one is being romantic, yes.
Okay. Carefully sensitive. My co-hosts here are writing things down as if they're doing a wife.
Is it carefully sensitive to the needs of your partner?
Yes.
That's what we are writing down.
Okay. All right.
We have needs.
Okay. Carefully sensitive.
Yes.
I think that's the thought of the day.
Yes.
Okay. So, Ohiniri, are you still on the line, Ohiniri? Yes. Hello? Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you loud and clear. Can you hear me? Okay, so I've gone through a couple of the comments, Franca, and money seems to be coming up. Is money really a factor as far as romance is concerned?
Yeah, everything, money, love, affection, sex, all involved.
Money is involved, sex, affection.
Money, affection, sex, sharing, touching, pushing, laughing. A lot of it is involved, Castle.
All. Okay, let's break it down. How does money become involved as far as romance is concerned?
Can you buy chocolate with that?
Romance is those small gestures, small things that you do every day once in a while that makes the partner feel connected to you. One of them for some women to be. I heard from the comment section, somebody said he likes traveling around with that special someone. If you don't have money to travel around with that special someone, if you don't have money, how can you travel around with that special
You go to circle.
that special someone? If you don't have money, how do you buy things, flowers, sweets, biscuits, ties, shoes for that special someone? So money is involved.
Franca, so are you condemning poor people to a lack of no romance? I mean, if you're poor, there's no money.
You do it according to your size. You do it according to, that's why the understanding of a partner comes in. You have to understand the level of the partner is able to provide for you.
Provide.
It's not the amount of provision. The issue is providing on
To your needs,
no matter how it is, no matter how much you think is not needed, provision, process, and profession of love is all the keys that make up the romantic relationship. So you cannot afford not to profess your love to someone that you claim you love when you say you love them. So no matter how much you do it, it doesn't count.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much. So that's Franca. Basically, she's an author of Love, Life, Relationships, and she's a host of Candid Issues online. And she says basically it's a money issue, but you must play. Monkeys play by sizes. If you have small money, if you have big money. Let's go to Godfred and hear what he has to say. Who would you consider being a romantic partner, Godfred? Good morning.
Yeah. Good morning.
Yes.
Yes. Hello.
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear. What kind of partner would you consider romantic?
Yes. I really like the question, but before I do my submission, let me tell you one story. There was a time I was at Accra Mall, and then there was this beautiful lady. It was actually drizzling, so I had to get out from my car and then open an umbrella to help this young lady to get to her car, and she was like, "Wow, what a romantic." But then you see, it depends on. But basically, how I see it is that being very responsive to your partner needs.
Yeah.
That is what I consider being a romantic.
Thank you very much, Godfred.
Be very sensitive and responsive to your partner needs. That is the shortest.
Carefully sensitive and responsive. Reminds me of what T said about being kind. I was at an awards recently, and you know, there was a very high flight of stairs to get onto the stage, and I was observing our Ghanaian men. 90% of them ignored the women. You know, only after I made an announcement and I said, you know what, guys, let's be nice to the ladies. Before they started holding the ladies to take them up the stairs. Most of them, they were so happy and aggressive to get their awards.
That cost you?
Nothing.
Zero Ghana cedis.
So someone has sent a message and said these are the 3 signs to look out for to know if your man is romantic or not. The first one, she says, he opens the door for you.
Strike.
The second one, she says, he knows your favorite drink.
Okay.
And the third one, he pauses his video game or whatever he's doing to kiss you randomly.
Nah. Not a Ghanaian man. Is he Ghanaian? Is he African?
Can you answer? Let us know.
So
if he's Ghanaian or not.
imagine Kaku is watching Manchester United play, and Mrs. Day walks into the room. You think Ghana? We don't even have paused live television, so he's not going to pause that United game just when whoever is coming to score.
Have you ever paused a game?
She's a Man U fan. Let's go to Awoshi. Let's go to Awoshi. Awoshi. Good morning. Awoshi, are you there?
Yeah, hello.
Yes.
Great.
Is this Stephen from Awoshi?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah.
Who would you consider a romantic partner, Stephen?
You know, being romantic, it tells a lot. Do you understand? And I've worked in a renowned restaurant, and I realized that, you know, most married couples, most newlywed or people, less than most newlywed, when they do come to the restaurant, you see a connection between them. But when people have been married for a long time, you just realize that when they just come, they just sit, they eat, and that's it, they leave. Do you understand? But, you know, being romantic, there must be a connection. You must understand each other. You must know the needs of your partner. So that's what I'm going to define as a romantic, being romantic, knowing the needs of your partner. That's it.
Okay. So
because I'll just start with what the previous caller said. Opening an umbrella for a lady just to help her. Do you understand? So that's what being romantic is all about.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. The considerations are flowing nicely. Any Facebook comments you want to read that are quite interesting? I have another one here.
So it's like the men are asking, or the women are asking the men to be considerate and all that.
Yes.
But you have to know that a man also has needs.
Yes.
And so as much as he's trying to provide for you, you also need to be the suitable helpmeet that he needs.
Yes.
I don't even attempt to imply that I'm an expert on relationships in any way.
Disclaimer.
I just want to put it out there that as much as ladies want men to be romantic and attend to our needs and being sensitive to our needs and even providing, be attentive to the man's needs as well. Is the reason why we make a lot of noise about girl child, and sometimes it's at the expense of a lot of noise about the boy child as well.
I'll come to Val soon, but let's go to Dodowa, and George is calling us from Dodowa. George, hi, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, George, take the volume down on your TV and speak to us through the phone. Who do you consider to be a romantic partner?
Well, thank you. I think being romantic, I've just heard whether a brother or a father just spoke about opening just an umbrella to help a lady from the rain. You know, sometimes being romantic does not necessarily mean that money.
Okay.
You know, the care you show to the person no matter how poor you are or rich you are, the care you show, let the person know that this person, even though does not have that, is so romantic.
All right.
I quite remember once I helped a lady. I went somewhere to fetch water, and there was a lady who also came to fetch water with 2 gallons. So when I finished fetching, then I decided to take her gallons and fetch the water for her.
Oh.
And she was like, wow. So I finished fetching the water, and then I carried her. When I carried the water, and then she laughed, she smiled, and then left. Later on, when she was passing by, I didn't call her. She decided just to give me hi.
Okay.
You see, some things like this, a person who consider as a romantic person, which you might not even.
The small things.
It's just kindness.
All right, thank you so much. So kindness is the theme. Val, what do you think, or what are your comments that you have on your Facebook?
Engaging, I was reading something, and it says that to be romantic, you need to date your partner throughout your entire relationship. When guys say that, oh, I finished scoring the goal, what's next? You need to actually,
no more campaign.
You need to actually date your partner throughout the relationship. Flowers, random dates, kisses on the cheek in the morning, you know. Yeah.
Hopefully after you've brushed your teeth.
Yes.
But if you brush at night, you won't have issues with.
Morning
if it's just the one behind.
I hope my reverend is not.
Reverend, I'm sure he kisses more than the congregation.
But we all know what characterizes like a birthday. We are not going to say anything on it. But you're usually early.
Yes.
Today you were late. You
Today
blame it on your cufflinks.
Yes.
T and I are
we have a different opinion.
Okay.
Because you came with all small coffee, you tell us.
Let me end with a proverb that was sent in by my good friend Mark. That will take us into the commercial break, and we'll come back with you on the set doing interesting things with front back. As long as the bed shakes regularly, the home will always be at peace. Hey. Hashtag GTV Breakfast. We'll be right back.
Bed. You need to define the bed.
BED.
Uh-huh.
Don't go anywhere.
Go in the bed.
Are you ready? It's heat hot, and we are serving you breakfast. A la carte.
It's a brand new packaged breakfast served on GTV, our style, keeping you on track and updated on
news making the headlines. How to navigate traffic.
What's up with the weather?
Your health check. Getting you up to speed on lifestyle,
sports,
word of showbiz, what's hot and what's not.
It's our date in the morning just for you, with the team you can trust.
It's breakfast weekdays at 6 a.m.
Don't be late.
Kutuo dumako maeja Nyakuponye iwaye yabunkase unierati Unasasinina kutuo dumako maeja Da 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 Yeshirawo da 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 Yesori wo da 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 Oh yes da 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 Yekamfu da 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 Yebesumo da 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 Nyakupoye iwaye Yabunkase unierati Unasasinina Kutuo dumako maeja Da 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 Yeshirawo da 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 Yebesumo da 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 Yekafuo da 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 da, ye pejao, da da da, da da da, ye sorry wo, da da da, da da da, ye kamfu, da da da, oh da da da, ye tum tum wo, da da da, da da da, ye peja wo, da da da.
Are you ready? It's heat hot, and we are serving you breakfast. A la carte.
It's a brand new packaged breakfast served on GTV, our style, keeping you on track and updated on
News making the headlines. How to navigate traffic.
What's up with the weather?
Your health check. Getting you up to speed on lifestyle,
sports,
weather showbiz, what's hot and what's not.
It's our date in the morning just for you, with the team you can trust.
It's breakfast, weekdays at 6 a.m.
Don't be late. Are you ready? It's heat hot, and we are serving you breakfast. A la carte.
It's a brand new packaged breakfast served on GTV, our style, keeping you on track and updated on
News making the headlines. How to navigate traffic.
What's up with the weather?
Your health check. Getting you up to speed on
lifestyle,
sports,
weather showbiz, what's hot and what's not.
It's our date in the morning just for you, with the team.
Welcome back. So this is the time I have been officially waiting for, because there's food in the studio. I'm sure you can tell my voice is lively and I'm all alive. Guess who is in studio with me? I have none other, the most famous chef. Her name is Sweet Ajele. Welcome to the studio, Sweet Ajele. Everybody, Sweet Ajele to the world. Mwah, 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 mwah. Sweet Ajele to the world. So there's food here.
Yes.
Sweet Ajele, see, we love you and love you and love you. We have so many messages from people who are saying, there's somebody who's called Diana Saki on Facebook who's saying that she's your biggest fan in the UK and they are waiting for your shito spices to get to the UK. So that's your first message. So Diana Saki in the UK sending this. Okay, so tell us the whole euphoria. I'm excited to be in your presence because when you come to my house, I learned how to make lots of things from you.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Oh, you're Terry. Oh, so what do you have for us? Today's Kafui's birthday. What are you going to make for us?
So I learned Kafui's favorite food is beans. So we're having beans too. So you can see plenty Amadan here.
Yeah.
So that's what.
So while you make it, and then we'll have a feel of you when you actually do your Sweet Ajele things, like what you do on YouTube, and then we'll get to know who you are, find out more about you, personal stuff, maybe family, what you like. What's your favorite food?
Yeah, like a sebe flour.
Yeah, like a sebe flour. Sharp. Right, and so let's get on with it. Let's get on with it. So Sweet Ajele, So, okay, this
is the bean stew. We prepared it ahead of time.
Okay,
because
okay.
we don't want.
Let me stay back.
Rush.
So, yeah, let me stay back a bit.
And it's ready. It's nice and warm.
Kafui, your bean stew is looking amazing and smells.
Yes, and we also have some avocado here. I brought some rice for whoever wants to mix it with rice, and we're gonna fry the plantain.
Righties. And so we begin.
Yes.
Right. How did you start cooking? Is it like a hobby for you?
Growing up, one of my aunties that I grew up with, she would not allow us play when she's cooking. So
okay.
I had to be in the kitchen fanning the fire, and then I graduated to Niming Poshito. And then I moved on to cutting, and by the time I was 10 years old, I was already cooking.
Explains it then. Okay. Why did you decide to now sort of market it, commercialize it?
So I went to Tema Secondary School where I took up home economics, but then I traveled out, so I ended up going to the New York Restaurant School. During internship, though, I got burnt in the kitchen, and it put me off from a big kitchen.
Okay.
But my family, knowing that I cook, they will ask me for recipes, and I'll type and send, or I will explain it away over the phone. And one of my beautiful sisters, Boatima, suggested I made it and put it on YouTube. So that's how it all started. But I'm a very shy person, so I choose not to show myself. I show my fingers and
and that's
food.
That's the seller.
So that's how it all started.
Okay, so for someone who's watching, who probably wants to go into cooking, what would be your advice to them?
You have to love cooking, number one, and you have to eat everything. Because if you don't eat something, as a cook, you still have to taste it. So you have to love food and eat everything. That way, when you're cooking for others, you can taste it to know that it tastes good or not. So yeah, love cooking and eat everything.
And then your spices. You have a unique way of blending this and that to make it uniquely Agilis.
Yes.
Tell us about it.
So when cooking, at times you can use just salt,
right?
But it won't taste the way you would want it to taste with just salt.
Okay, so I see that you put the salt on there.
Yeah, and I'm putting a little water. That's why I was gonna wash my hands here, so I reserved some, so I don't. So I just put it so it can dissolve the salt and make it taste good.
Your spices are on sale now.
In the U.S.
In the U.S.
Yes.
How is it going? How's that going?
So far, so good. But I see that the market is really in Ghana. So on this vacation trip, I wanted to see how well it will go. But once I got here, I realized I can't find all the ingredients. So a lot of people are asking, where can I get your spice in Ghana? Where can I get it? But they can't get it because I haven't started making it here yet. And if I ship it from America here, it'll be too expensive.
Sure. Which ingredients do you not find here?
So
I'm curious, yes.
So my sister here had sent me some ginger powder, which really made me excited. But once I got here, I realized I can't find like a large scale place that is making it. Is the market women that dry it in the sun, and then you have to buy it and grind it, and that's not very hygienic for me. So I'm like, I have to go back to the drawing board. I need an industrial dehydrator because I want to make it and make it well.
How do you go about making us love your videos? Are you a naturally you said you're a shy person, but are you like a jovial person? How do you make your videos so exciting? That's what made everybody glued to your channel in the first place.
I guess I'm funny because I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know
when
if
you
I'm
mix
funny.
it with a guy.
Yes.
So let's do that now.
Onakashi gawe more than chengo. Engo mana I walk a foot to me.
It sound local. She don't know if you're a fan. I don't know if you're a fan who foreign. She feel in a local way.
Fine.
What's the feedback you get, especially because you make our local food? More feedback if you're not.
Oh, feedback, it's just amazing. It's wonderful. Mempi kaseni bini. Otherwise, mekumeke. Oh, me as when I was growing up, I was never in the kitchen. I was always with my books, but because of you, I can cook this and I can cook that. And that's usually the highlights of my day, when somebody sends me a message.
A recommendation.
And the messages from the married men are even more amazing.
Oh, please share. What are some of the things they've been saying?
They're saying, and I appreciate the wives for that, because it's not every wife that's going to tell their husband, oh, I learned this from Sweet Ajele. It's a secret. They don't have to tell anybody. But they are telling their husbands, and the husbands have sent emails and stuff thanking me, and I really appreciate that. That makes me happy.
Are you looking to open a restaurant in Ghana?
One day.
Oh, please make it soon. Okay, so we are going to take a break, and then we are going to a video of how Sweet Ajele made this. It smells amazing. I'm sorry you guys cannot smell it. It smells amazing. So we're going to take a video and find out what Sweet Ajele, which ingredients she put in, how she makes this and that into the bean stew that's meant for Kafu's birthday. So we are going to go to the video now.
Hello, sweet team. Welcome back to my channel. This is Sweet Ajele. I hope everybody's doing wonderfully well. In today's video, I'll be sharing my very simple but so tasty bean stew recipe with you all. So let's get started. So in my pressure cooker, I'll add my beans, which I've soaked for about 2 hours to get rid of the gas. To that, I'll add some hot water, cover it up, activate the pressure, and this should be done in about 15 minutes. Next, I have 2 medium to large size onions, and I'll chop one up. The other one, I'll just slice it to begin the stew. And the chopped up one, I'm just going to go ahead and add my habanero peppers to it and blend it. My beans is done, so I turn off the heat and release the pressure. Next, I go ahead and blend up my onions and peppers, set half of it aside for the stew, and the other half I'm going to add to my parboiled meat, and go ahead and add some ginger, cumin, anise, tomato seasoning, and some chicken seasoning. Cover it up and cook it until it is done. Check out our beans, y'all. In 15 minutes, our beans is nice and soft like this. Every woman deserves a pressure cooker in their life. Next, in my pot, I add some palm oil. To that, I add my sliced up onions and cook it for about 5 minutes. Then I add my blended up ingredients and cook it for an additional 5 minutes. Let me quickly take you through the rest of my ingredients, which are my baked mackerel, homemade tomato sauce, and some shrimp powder. Okay, so next I'll add my tomato sauce to my stew, and I'll rinse out the container and add just that little bit of water. Stir it up, cover it up, and cook it on medium-low heat for about 8 minutes. Meanwhile, I take the water out from my beans, but I'm not going to get rid of the water because I'll be using it in my wachi recipe later on in the week. My meat is now ready, and my stew is also doing very well. So I'm going to go ahead and add the stock from my meat to the stew, and then I'll give it a good stir and let it cook for an additional 5 minutes. Then I'll sprinkle some oil onto my meat and saute it until it is nice and brown, just like this. Okay, at this point I'll add my meat and my fish to the stew, and I'm going to cook this for about 10 minutes. on medium low heat. Okay, because we don't want to burn this. This is like American chili. Yes, so we have chili in Ghana. And I nearly forgot my shrimp powder, but it's better late than never. So I added that and let it cook for just about 5 minutes. At this point, our beans is going in and everything is cooked. So all we got to do is let it simmer nicely for about 10 minutes. Taste it for salt. I needed some, and so I added just enough to taste. Okay, so it is to your taste. All right, and I'll be enjoying this with some fried plantain. So I go ahead and I peel it, cut it up to my preferred shape, season it up with some salt, sprinkle some water on it, mix it well, and I go ahead and fry it. That is it. That's it. Meanwhile, our stew is ready. Everything have infused nicely, and I wake up the flavor by adding some of this fresh onions, which will give my stew some much needed crunch. And I turn the fire off at this point. Okay, and you can enjoy this with so many things like yam, kenke, rice, you name it, it goes well with it. But like I said, Amadan, it will be a machine you might enjoy. Oh no. But if you hurry up, you might just catch me and we can enjoy this together. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're a new subscriber, welcome to my channel. This is Sweet Ajele. Thank you so much for subscribing, and to the Sweet team, I love you all so much. Until I see you in my next video, stay safe, keep loving each other, and guys, ke onamini ochemi sweet mahabotu. Bye y'all.
So I mean, I don't envy you guys watching because I can smell exactly what's happening in studio. Sorry to you guys. Sweet Ajele, let's talk about family. Okay. Your family must be proud of you. How are they handling your stardom?
So, my husband, he's pretty good at it because he played tennis for Ghana. So he knows what to tell me, you know, don't talk too much, don't do this.
He's like a creative director.
Yes, so his stardom rubbed off on me a little bit.
How about the kids? When they come home from school, what feedback did they bring from their parents?
When my kids tell somebody how many followers I have, they're surprised because...
Please tell us how many followers you have.
On Facebook, I think it's 740,000, and on YouTube is, I think, 640. I'm not sure.
That's a lot of money. Right. So now let's talk about how to maximize, if you find out that you have a talent, say in cooking, or how to maximize it and use social media as a tool and an opportunity for a job opportunity.
Okay, so if you know how to cook and you know how to explain it to other people and you have a phone, that's all you need to get started. Just remember that people will try your recipes, so don't do something and it's not what it is and then say
a different
thing, because when people do try it, they're going to be disappointed and they won't come back. But if you're saying something and they're doing it and they're getting it just the way you're saying it, it will keep them coming, and the more views you get, then you will get paid.
Do you get people messaging you on Facebook and other social media platforms asking you to sort of guide them through it? Do you have like people you mentor?
So I have a couple of up-and-coming YouTubers that will reach out to me. What can I do? What kind of app do you use to edit? And if I see your message, I always try to respond to them to help. Yeah, I try.
Righties. So while this is cooking and we are waiting for, the plantain, one half of the plantain is brown. We are waiting for the other half. Today, like we said earlier, is a bit light. We are going to do things a la carte. It's Kafui's birthday. It adds to the icing on the cake. We are going to have some drinks. We have from back in studio. I'm sure a lot of people know where From Back is and what From Back is. So we have a nice cocktail bar set up.
Why are you ruining the surprise, Valerie?
Okay, there we go.
So the studios of GTV Breakfast have fast become a kitchen on one side and a cocktail bar on this side of things. Sweet Ajele Temasco to the world. I'm a Temasco girl myself. So today, yeah. I just had to put that in there. This is the cocktail bar. It's all about breakfast on GTV. Today is Kafui's birthday, so we are not barring, we are not holding back. We are just letting loose and doing the fun things that we know he absolutely enjoys. And we know that he enjoys his cocktails. So we are here with Front Back Accra. Yes, they are located at Osu. Two of the officials are here with me, Felix and Pamela. They are right here. So you are head of membership and Felix is procurement manager. What do you do as procurement manager, Felix?
Okay, procurement manager, I have to make sure everything that we need at Front Back is done, and also I'm in charge of events together with Pamela. So it's like when the general manager is not around, we are supposed to make sure the bar is running and up and running.
Okay. Yeah. Pamela, membership.
Yes. So,
why membership?
Well, we have a very strict membership protocol, and so I make sure that the members are having a good time.
Why is that?
Well, mostly because Front Back is a networking community. It's a business community that revolves around art and diasporan music and diasporan food and local food. So we try to incorporate that, as you would see from the cocktails that we will make. So for us, it's about making sure that the members have the best experience when they come. So I make sure that they are having the best.
So it's not a bar that's open to any and everybody?
No.
You have to be a member before you can.
Yes.
How does one become a member of Front Back?
Well, you go online, you give us 2 names of previous members that you know of or how you got to know Front Back, and then we verify with your business details, and then that's it.
So if you don't know any previous members, you're out?
Not necessarily. You just have to let us know how you heard of Front Back, because it's really important to us that the community provides value to each other. So we can't just, completely skate the whole thing. We have to give a little room.
But at a time when there are bars everywhere and you want to keep people coming in, isn't that the goal? Why would you restrict access to a facility that you intend to make money out of?
Absolutely. So during the day, from Tuesdays to Saturdays, between 2 and 7 p.m., non-members can come in. You just have to make a reservation. It's also because we are in a very tricky time, and we would like to make sure that everybody who is coming is safely distanced. So once you let us know that you are on the way, it makes us know how to space it out, how to make things available. And also we have public events. We have public arts events, public party events, public tasting events. We actually have a tasting event in the next 2 weeks, and so non-members have the opportunity to come in, but the members get a little bit more priority. So
right. So it looks like you have a lot going on, and Napoleon and Martin are mixing a few drinks for us. Tell us about what they're doing. I'll just stand here and watch you until my drink comes. He's promised me a surprise, so I'm just waiting.
Yes.
Okay.
Napoleon.
So this cocktail we made it for Kafi, and we made it.
Oh, a special one for Kaf.
Yeah.
Nice. So let me just get in there. Okay, the table is almost taller than me. Valerie will not be seen here. Okay, tell us what you're about.
I've already mixed everything in here. So it's basically pineapple juice, cinnamon syrup, mint, and a splash of ginger beer.
Kaf, your first cocktail at 50. Hey, right here, waiting for you.
Yeah. Sure, so I'm about to shake my cocktail now.
Okay.
To you right now.
Okay.
So here we go. Just a quick shake.
Hi. Cap, do you want to come this way, please? Okay.
Top it up.
Wow. Okay. There you go, Cap. Come on over. Yep. Yeah? Surprises, eh?
Charlie, what did you say?
No, it's basically pineapple juice, cinnamon,
Okay.
mint, and ginger beer top up.
Okay, pineapple, cinnamon,
Yeah.
ginger beer top up.
Yeah.
I can taste it.
It's non-alcoholic. I know it's 5 p.m.
We can't drink on duty.
No. So it's 5 p.m. somewhere in the world, but it's just under 9 p.m.
Yeah.
9 a.m.
If you must drink and work, drink this cocktail. So what's it called?
It's called coffee.
All right, let me take it. Let me give you the verdict.
Right. Mine because we are all part of this party. We are in it together.
Charlie, I'm feeling the minty stuff in it. I can taste a hint of cinnamon.
So there's a surprise coming up. Incoming. And that's Caveman, guys. Hi! Looking to camera, looking to camera.
All right.
Hey, that's Caveman.
Happy birthday.
Thank you
Happy
very much.
Happy birthday, brother.
What's up, man?
I'm good. How you doing?
I did like my name.
Sharp. You look sharp.
I did like my name.
Great, Charlie. Your birthday, I mean, we can't let the day go by without
we can't.
bringing you some customized dope watches from Caveman Watches. And we are really excited about the rebranding. The show is amazing. We've been following.
GTV breakfast.
And it's a show every brand would want to be associated with. We are very proud to be the first brand to get on board.
Thank you.
Yes, so you have amazing watches here.
Okay.
3 watches actually. We didn't leave the ladies out.
First of all, thank you very much.
Welcome, bro.
My late father made a recipe. Anytime he went to a shop to buy something new, he would take off the old stuff
and put
wear
the
the
new one.
So please identify the male one for me. Let me take off my
Let me hold your drink.
Please hold my drink for me.
Yes.
And then you can hold my old watch.
Definitely.
Yes, it served me well, but
okay.
The end. We'll put that
unbox the
safely
new one.
somewhere.
Here we go.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Oh wow. Caveman it is.
All right. Okay. Cool.
Oh wow.
Nice.
Caveman it is. Oh wow.
This is nice.
This is like an Olympic medal, so you kind of. I'm gonna wear this right now.
That's a good one.
I'm gonna wear this right now. This is like shout out to my dad. He taught me this. Whether it was shoes or clothes, whatever. Buy it and wear the new one, and then boom, it's good to go. So it's on my wrist right now. Okay.
Customized.
We have the breakfast show.
Oh yeah. There you go.
Oh,
girl. All right. Thank you very much.
Welcome,
Charlie Box. One love. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, Caveman.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh,
so much.
And there's another surprise from back. Come on, Felix. Or Pamela is going to do that.
Yep.
So
please come
bring the
so that we can. Yes.
We also want to offer you lifetime membership at front back.
Okay, come here. Your back is to the front.
So this is our members pack. It has your personal membership card inside, our community rules and our partners, the places you can get discounts, places you can, which includes like Coconut Group, so you can go there this weekend.
Go chill.
Yes.
All right. Nice.
And then we have places that you can also visit in London, courtesy of Front Back.
Can I share his membership with him? Can I share his membership?
No, we'll bring yours. We'll bring
it.
Membership
Yeah, because it's my team now.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Front Back. Thank you, Pamela.
Thank you, Felix. Thank you, Pamela.
All right, my father-in-law is called Felix. So thank you so much. We are out of time. Let me end with a proverb.
Who told you we are ending?
No, what? You have to.
We're still continuing, yeah?
Yes, we are.
Told this man we are ending.
Sweet Ajele is there.
Sweet Ajele is there.
By now the plantain
So
is
you've checked out the cocktails. Maybe check out what's cooking, and then who knows?
There's
We're
more?
still live. There's more.
You have to. Please.
more?
No, you have to.
know
You have
what?
to take.
Okay.
They want to see it. They want to see it, please. Your.
Oh, they want to see my watch?
Yes.
They want to see my
Into the
watch?
camera.
Okay,
Yes. With the GTV breakfast.
It's right there. It's right there.
Caveman.
Okay, go close to the.
GTV breakfast branded.
No, you have to.
Close it still.
You cool? You're happy?
There it is. GTV breakfast. There it is.
Yep.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I really appreciate this.
So-
I'm smelling the tataleo.
It's there. It's right there.
Sister
Sweet
Adele is
Adele
waiting for
there.
you. Go and take a quick
Okay, let's
look.
go. Let's go.
Go take a quick look. After you.
My membership.
And
Valerie,
and
why are you
drink.
carrying Calf's cocktail?
Okay.
Give the man his drink.
Oh, well. Okay, Sweet Adele, I brought everybody to you now. We are coming to eat. So the plantain looks yum. Kaf, this is your favorite
Charlie,
food.
this is great.
So this is Sweet Adele's birthday gift to you as well.
Thank you very much. So my kids always ask me, so what's your favorite food? And I say, my favorite food is the food that I have just eaten or I'm about to eat. So for now, today, my favorite food is Gary and beans. Whatever you cook tomorrow and I eat will be my favorite food.
Oh,
Thank
look,
you so
there's
much.
even pear there. There's
Oh,
pear.
there's pear. Yeah, I had some pear this morning. So, hey, this
Avocado,
is awesome.
yes.
So how long have you been doing this, Sweet Adele?
4 years.
4 years. But as a chef, so many years.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
2000
I check Accra.
7, 6.
Okay.
Yeah, that's still a long time.
What surprises you about this work that you're doing?
What surprises
Yes.
how people have embraced me.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't.
You're a household name.
Yeah.
I love it,
I
think
one lady will be very proud, Miss Bodo.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Tamasco to the world.
Okay.
I keep telling you.
Hard on me, and well, you have to be privileged to work in her house.
Yep.
As your morning.
I know that
and
firsthand.
I was there, and yeah, she didn't cut us any slack.
Let's do a homecoming, Sister Jenny. Go to Tamasco.
Okay, so Shelly Annan with GTV.
Yes.
She's a broadcaster. Wants to know
News anchor.
what you do when you are not online cooking.
Well, I have a family. I have 4 kids. My husband. I'm also a medical assistant. So
Husband in here.
full
Is your
plate.
husband in here?
Come on, Mr. Sweet.
Mr. Sweet,
Mr. Sweet, please join us.
Can you share the spotlight with us, please?
I think he's a kind of background guy.
Oh, there's Mr. Sweet Ajele.
Behind every successful
he used to
woman.
play tennis for Ghana, right?
Awesome. Nice
Wow.
one. Good to see you, man. Still
So
looking fit.
today we've seen the man who mans the camera, who takes the close-up
the
shots,
creative director.
and who tells her not to talk too much. I need that anointing in my life. Someone to say, Thelma, don't talk too much. Thank you very much for the support you've provided for Sweet Ajele. We are all so proud of her. I mean, I could say Tamasco again, but Ghana
Good
is
enough,
proud of
enough.
her. And we are glad that you're sharing her talents and gifts with the world. You're helping her bring
We like
that
a
talent.
man.
This
man
is a
who
romantic
pushes.
partner. Supporting your needs. Supporting
Okay.
your needs. So thank you, Sweet Ajele. We'll come and then have a taste of this sumptuous meal. Right now, let's just take one last surprise with Kafui, and then
So
we can
there's
figure out what we
never
want to
never a birthday. There's never a birthday without cake. And so where's the cake?
Birthday to
you.
you.
Go on,
Come
Kaf.
this way, Kaf. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
May
God bless you now. May God bless you now. 50 years. May God bless you now. May God bless you now.
Hip, 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 hip.
Hooray! So Valerie, it turns out that whilst we've been on air, conversations are ongoing at other platforms asking, is Kafui really the age he says he is? So everybody's watching us right now, waiting for us to give them the answer. So I'll give the honors to the man of the moment, and let him answer. So all of you, I can mention names.
Please answer.
It's up to you if you want to say a few words before you cut your cake.
Yeah, just do your subtraction. It's 2021. And you subtract 1971 from 2021, you get 50.
If we do Zoom on, we're going to see how old he is.
See how old he is.
Tell you guys, help me cut this cake.
Okay, Caps, and
All right.
honor Golden Jubilee year.
Okay, all right.
Happy birthday, Cap.
Happy birthday.
Smile at the camera, smile at the camera. All right, and
Nice.
we're almost done. I need to end with the proverb. We always end with the proverb.
Yep.
Okay, so today's proverb is on leadership because
Okay.
the nugget today was about leadership.
Leadership, yeah.
A leader does not listen to rumors. That's our show. Hashtag GTV Breakfast on all platforms. Thank you God bless all of you. You've made this birthday such a special one. I feel like, Charlie, overwhelmed.
Yes.
But I'm happy, I'm blessed.
Overdue.
Thank you so much. God bless you all. And let's do this again, God willing, on Monday for another edition of #GTV
Breakfast. And have a great weekend,
Thank
everybody.
you.
Bye.
All righty. Bye-bye now.
Happy birthday to
Are you ready? It's heat hot, and we are serving you breakfast. A la carte.
It's a brand new packaged breakfast served on GTV, our style, keeping you on track and updated on
News making the headlines. How to navigate traffic.
What's up with the weather?
Your health check. Getting you up to speed on
lifestyle,
Sports.
word of showbiz, what's hot and what's not.
It's our date in the morning just for you. With the team you can trust.
It's breakfast weekdays